Well, all right, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. You are watching Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, I'm Cheatspeak. And we got a fun one for you tonight, as is always the case, because it is kart night, and we got to do it the right way. So here we are. I hate myself already. Nice to see you. We broke out the hardware for this. These are the PAX medals, because we're going to be talking about the history of us playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and regular Mario Kart 8 competitively at PAX East over the past 10 years. They don't show as well with this angle that I was hoping for. But here we are. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to get into it. We're going to put the medals aside, but that was a fun way to get up in there. And there you go. You can get real close at them. There's some PAX medals for you. You can see them right there. We'll talk about it. El Mario is here. You're subscribed. Hi. Thank you so much for the subscription. We always appreciate the support, and we take everyone we can get. That is very true. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. All right, folks. We're doing this big time. Let's catch up a little bit. It's been, a week. Where are we at with all of this? In case you missed it, we are currently on the road to PAX East. PAX, present, future. We are going over those games in my 10-year experience covering PAX East as a media person / content creator. Those games that have had a really significant impact on our coverage, our experience of the show. None perhaps more so than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart 8 here tonight. So we're going to talk about that thoroughly. And as always, the beloved dice camera has returned. So exclamation point D20 in the chat on either Twitch or YouTube at any time will roll our beloved dice, and you can make us do anything from taking a drink of something to hitting that gritty over and over again, sinking into the floor, anything your heart desires, maybe even banished to the bad place. What does that mean? Who's to say? We don't know. It's going to be awkward if we find out. So we're going to hop on in, and we're going to be playing the normal online play all night long, as is often the case with things like this. So if you want to get in on it... Oh, here comes the sneezing. Pardon me. It's allergy season. It's time to lose our minds. We're going in, folks. Exclamation point FC or exclamation point friend code in the chat. We'll give you my Switch friend code. That's Cheatspeak down below. You just add us if you want to get in our online lobby and race around at the same time. That's always an option. And we'll be playing tonight. So nice to have y'all. And we're going to be, like I said, talking about not just kart, which will get me nice and revved up and angry, but all of the fun things that it entails relative to our competitive experience at PAX East, both in the tournaments that the convention hosts and Nintendo-hosted tournaments as well. Are you going to create a server or join? Well, I just explained what we're going to do. If you want to put exclamation point friend code or exclamation point FC in the chat, you can join our online lobby. We usually just do this through, regional online play. No usual custom servers, because we don't often have enough people watching or playing simultaneously to have that make a lot of sense. Your call. But it's going to be fun. And at the same time, like I was saying in the Discord, if you're in there, exclamation point Discord, we had some fun trials and tribulations, our own real life kart rage with an EV rental that I had this week. So maybe we'll get into that as well. Before we do, we usually give everyone a chance to vote on what we're going to vote on. So if you put 1, 2, 3, or 4 into the chat, that corresponds going left to right, which of the tracks we pick. So if you type in 1, for example, I would pick Piranha Plant Cove. 2, I would put in Animal Crossing. 3, I'd put in Maple Treeway. And 4, I'd put in random. It's always random, but mostly hidden behind me. First one to put something in the chat, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and admittedly, Twitch is at a bit of an advantage on this because of the latency, decides what we pick. We got an exclamation point D20 from Vinny already. We love to see it. My pal's back, and Vinny's back as well. We love to see it. So if nothing comes in by like 2 to 3 seconds, my time, then we pick, and we're going to go Piranha Plant Cove there. So while that's rolling, we're going to do the dice cam. You can see the rolls and the results up on the side. That is a 15, which means it's accent time. Vinny, you got to give us an accent, and I got to speak in it as best I can. I don't speak English very well since I'm from Mexico. That's why I use the translator. Perfectly understandable. El Mario. That context clues there. I could have noted that. All good. Got another D20. All right, so there's Fort as well. I will get that D20 after this race. Vinny owes me an accent time. Let's roll. We are hashtag Rosalina on a bike all day. So in addition to the real-life EV rage, we got to probably talk about Mario Kart World as well, don't we? I have not had a chance to do an episode of the podcast, Hypocritical, on it, but there's certainly plenty to talk about, isn't there? That was well done. He's got a red shell in first. That's the kind of bait you love to see. And this is when you just stick him with it. Unfortunate but true. Now, I haven't played in a minute. I've been off the kart train for a hot while here, but we're going to rev right back up and play like it's 2019 again. No issues here. So where do we even begin with the topics of conversation tonight, chat? There's a lot to discuss. I'm going to hold all this because that's not a good place to dump the banana. Someone's throwing bombs behind me. I missed that. And now our red shell brigade begins. Probably. Holding them off so far. We hold this coin to guarantee a defensive item up top here. And they're pretty close. Right into the tree. That was disastrous. Oh, but it doesn't matter. That's a shock. Ooh, that worked well. And that worked even better. Mr. Sword getting baited into that. And now it's item hell here. And we're just going to hold on to that. Squeak through here. Almost unscathed. That was upsetting. We may get lucky on this last drop. A little bit. Just enough. Just enough. We'll take second. It's Mario Kart. Show me your Italian Rosalina. I can't even get high up enough in that pitch where it's like, how do I even do that? Hey, it's me, Rosalina. If you play the Super Mario Galaxy, the tragic backstory unfolds on the bike all day. Wahoo! I physically can't get the register high enough anymore to do that. Once upon a time, you know, before puberty strikes, it was possible, but not anymore. All right, we owe Fort a roll here, so let's get right onto that. Pal holding that coin to taunt them like, hey, yo, you drop this? Maybe. And that is a 2. That is a fart noise. Absolute classic. You get the full cam for this one. You're welcome. No votes here, which means we're going Merry Mountain. Punches desk. Perfect. I'm glad you liked it. Okay. How we all been out there, chat? Everyone staying safe, doing well, living your best life. We got some new friends in here. El Mario is joining us. Nice to have our international friends as well. I am not from Mexico, as you probably deduced, but we have a few pretty consistent international viewers as well. One of our long timers is from Chile, and very fun guy. Good artiste as well, if you ever check out his stuff. Drake's Cove. Just shouting out our folks here. You know us and these simple tracks. We gotta start talking about Mario Kart World. So maybe before we get into too much of the very enlightening EV week I've had with my EV rental. Or rentals, plural, I should say. We should talk Mario Kart World. So I imagine that at this point everyone's had a chance to kind of digest. Good timing there. Oh, that's a dick move. You deserve this. Diddy's getting away, said the government. Oh, topical. No, don't go there. It was low-hanging fruit. What do you expect me to do? Not do it? Is that red shell coming now? I'm holding the horn. The horn's really awkward to have in second. Obviously, it's the primo defensive item when you're up in first. Oh, man, I am sloppy sauce tonight. Oh. And this isn't going to help, so I'm going to slide right into a red shell here. Well. Takes skill to toss that when you just have the one circling you. Just want to clear the screen on that. We could cut through here. We're not gonna. He is so far. How is he that far gone? You gotta ask yourself. If you're getting stars in second, something's gone horribly awry for you. All right, fun as the triple reds are behind me, that's not super helpful in the moment. And at this point, I'm just gonna... Well, honestly, he probably didn't have items, so I could have... Oh, come on. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Oh, right at the end, too. That's hilarious. All right, well, that is all Sword's fault. I'm going on record here. That was... The entirety of that last item drop was just to secure second place, but it was impossible. After that Boo took it, that was it. All right, give us a vote here, chat. 1 is Toad's Turnpike, 2 is Athens Dash, 3 is New York Minute, 4 is Random. All right, let's talk Mario Kart World. We've all seen it. We've all had a chance to digest the Direct. We've seen the announcements. We know what it's going after. What are we thinking? Honest opinions here. Oh, 2 from Drake's Cove. Good thing we're on it. Hi there. And we got Athens Dash in just in time. Very good. I have so many thoughts on Mario Kart World. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. It's going, Drakes. I gotta tell you, we've had quite the week. We have a lot to talk about here tonight. Like I was saying, we got Mario Kart World. We got to recap some of our glorious moments and brutal defeats in combat, in competitive combat in Mario Kart 8 at PAX. And we got to talk about my week with an EV and real life Mario Kart rage, which has just been really, really interesting. So lots to cover. Let's get world discussion going first. We've all had a chance to digest all the trailers. We know they're going open world. We know they're mucking with everything from how Grand Prix work to introducing the new Knockout Tour mode. All of these dramatic changes to the form, to the function, to how the whole thing operates. Let's see if we can lure him in here. I don't know what item he has. I'm not paying attention at all tonight. I'm bumping into walls that don't exist. I was screwed either way. He had a red shell. But now I probably just gave him first for the rest of the race because he will be so far gone somehow that I will never, ever catch him. That's going to do nothing for me here. Well, someone will enjoy that. Again, the Super Horn in second is not super advantageous. It's a defensive pit stop for you, and that is about it. We're leaning on that shortcut hard here, folks. We may get another one up here that I can... Nope, we're at the end of the race. Okay, I thought we had more... He didn't even use the horn. That's full... That's full taunt. That's a full taunt on that one. Hello, I'm new here on YouTube. Hello, welcome on YouTube. Nice to see you on YouTube. Game should be $20. Oh, that's bold. You mean like the Switch 2 Welcome Tour is $10 and should be... You should pay me $10 to play it? How about that? My pal's having a Plaza elevator moment. I don't know. The kids don't have the context for that one, Vinny. That's a deep cut. If you know, you know. Give us a vote here, chat. 1 is Donut Plains 3, and you know me in that one. 2 is Snowland. 3 is Sweet Sweet Canyon. 4 is Random. There is a right and a wrong answer here. We all picked the wrong answer. Why did we pick the wrong answer? Or is it the right answer? It's the right answer for everyone watching. It's the wrong answer for my sanity, and there's too much love for it. But honestly, looking at some of the tracks in World that we've seen so far, we're gonna maybe come back and miss Donut Plains 3 a little bit, which of course we get. I have a lot of thoughts on World. They're hard to formulate while I'm racing, but we got to talk about them a little bit, and we got to talk about the game in general. So I usually highly dislike open world games, so Mario Kart World is a no-buy. Well, right off the bat, and at that point, what really are you doing with a Switch 2 if you're happy with your Switch 1? It's going to take a few months for those real exclusive kind of experiences and games to start rolling out. Oh, I got him! That was just a pro strat right there that I immediately squandered. Oh, you fucker. Okay. Understood. It's going to be that kind of game. It always is, isn't it? Well, see, my problem is I keep going into the grass because I'm sloppy and I haven't played in a while. So I'm missing all my turns and I'm not playing super tight. Oh my god. All right, we're juicy here this evening. Oh, we're real juicy. Well, that'll teach you. No items for anyone, I guess. It was like he's invisible. Because he was. That's how items work. These singular green shells will surely get me where I need to go. Can I stay out of the grass? God damn. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. No more. Yikes. Well, that's Donut Plains for you. We know we have a bias going in against it. We know it's not going to go well. It's just, it's bad news. We got to do this. What if Sweet Sweet Valley, my beloved, what if we ever get Donut Plains 4? I don't know that it's, first of all, is there a Donut Plains 4? I don't remember the Super Mario Kart tracks all that well. There may well be, and I don't know that. What about being happy without owning an either Switch? Entirely possible. And more power to you. You know, what is the most recent Nintendo console you own then, Drakeshope? Is it a Wii U? Is it or the legendary Nintendo player / lover who doesn't own Nintendo anything and just looks in on it from afar? All right, just waiting for a vote, and we're not. Nope, right on time with Drake's Cove. No love for DS Mario Circuit there. That's a little sad. What else are we saying here? Crazier combo yet. Open world racing. Bit of an I don't know from me, but to each their own. Price tag is wild, though. We 100% agree with that. Can we talk about how Nintendo hyped up that Direct only to show almost nothing new and game-changing? It was mostly just a repeat from what we saw in the announcements and the treehouses, right? Not worth $80. I bought my Wii U in 2022, so I'm happy. There you go. And honestly, still a great library of content and games for the Wii U, and a phenomenal modding machine, if we're honest. It still more than holds its own, and we've been talking about it for a minute, but I still would love to get more serious about modding a Wii U. I would probably get a second one to do it, but modding a Wii U and going real like homebrew with it, because that modding and homebrew scene is pretty healthy if I remember correctly. Oh my god, I am sloppier than a sloppy Joe on sloppy Sunday. That's where I'm at here. I'm revving up. We'll get there. See, that's a pun. We're fine. It's fine. We got coinage, we got bombage. We're good. All right. We're going to take it easy with that, I think. We're going to hold this. We have enough distance between second and myself to hold this coin. Except we're going into a fresh item box, so we're going to just do this instead. I meant to trigger it and hit at least one of those jumps, and I didn't. Which is always encouraging. Oh, they make little sound effects when you drive by them now. That's fun. Oh, our buddy's coming, so none of this even matters. Can we get close to that boost pad down there? Not close enough. Some coin boost. I think we got that red shell through the environment, which is nice. That would have been helpful. Stay away from me. Well, through sheer item spam, they caught up and got me here. Oh, he got dunked. And we have triple greens going into the last turn. Stolen at the end, doesn't matter, baby. Here we go. That was a good fight. We fought the good fight and we got there, and that's all that matters. So there you go. I can play Lost World and boom. That's all you need. I mean, what other games even are there on the system? You hear that, Fort? You can play Sonic Lost World on your Wii U. Maybe that'll be the next review. It's not the next review, by the way. For those of you who did see it, though, we did put up our review after an incredible amount of technical issues. And another thank you to Fort Shadow for helping with the co-op footage. We got the Splinter Cell Conviction review out, so that means in about a week and a half we'll have a fresh one for you. An underrated late in the life cycle Genesis gem is the hint for this review coming up. That should be done by next Friday, I'm hoping, and that'll get us pretty close to PAX. I think that drops the Friday before PAX starts. So that'll be fun. And then we're working with Full Metal on some stuff coming up. Can we sneak a vote in here? One good chunk here. We've got Sky High Sunday, Snowland, Squeaky Clean. Good choice. That's a good choice. We got Squeaky Clean and a lot of love for Squeaky Clean. Speaking of Lost World, I went for every Omachow mission achievement on Steam. You masochist. Why would you do that? For being an open world type of game, Mario Kart World looks so barren and empty. Not to mention the missions aren't given by NPC and instead use P switches, which I guess makes sense out in the open world, right? You can happen upon them and activate them and things like that. It does look a little uninteresting. And given its pretty aggressive price point, to put it mildly, I think there's some definite cause for concern. I still intend to get it day one, to be totally honest with you. Mostly because Mario Kart is my entire identity at this point, I feel like. But, you know, it's the first time in a decade that we've even been in a position where we're getting new content like that and a new foundation for gameplay. So it's very exciting at the same time as we have, you know, a healthy amount of valid skepticism, I think. Aerial shot on that one. Whoa! I didn't know you could take it that sharp. We learned something new about Squeaky Clean Sprint literally every time we play this. That was a beautiful bomb shot. Wow. I saw that like 7 seconds ago, complimented him on how beautiful it was, and I still got hit by it. I have no complaints. That is a master at work. God damn. I'm not worthy, I don't think. Oh, see ya. Up the toilet! Get up the toilet! And we're right where we need to be. There's so many ways to take this. It's an amazing track, and probably one of the best ones to come out of Tour generally. Oh, my God. We are really shit at this tonight, aren't we? See, it's been so long, you forget stuff like how to take that jump when you're out of it. So it's on me for not coming prepared to the party. Green shells are devastating in here. Can I even get up this? Wow. And that's just devastating. At least the triple reds are in front of me. Okay. And that'll have to do. Whew. lots happening there. I gotta clean it up. It's been way too long. Now I'm going for S ranks. I'm 2 levels short for completing the game 100%. That is wild. That is dedication that I do not have. For that price, I was expecting Mario Kart World to be GTA levels of big with missions. We got to talk about the whole pricing debacle of the Switch 2 and the whole deal. Does this level count as toilet humor? Yes. Yes, it does. The entire idea... So, I'm going to hold off on some of that conversation because... It is Pun Night, baby, and we synced up on that one. That was good. I was going to go Peach Gardens anyway. I'm going to hold off on that because the next episode of Hypocritical, whenever I record it, which is hopefully this week, so you'll have it at latest by the weekend, is kind of a more in-depth discussion on pricing and value in video games across time. Because what's interesting is, even though there's no denying how much that sort of a price hike sucks, especially now, given the state of things. You know, the world around us. Gaming price hikes in this economy, it's true. Historically, games have been not just at a consistently low price, but a constantly low price and a constant price for a very long time. And we've kind of gotten spoiled by it because, relatively speaking, again, we'll go into this more on the podcast, gaming, especially when it was all kind of cartridge-based, was quite expensive. And now with, you know, digital distribution making things so much cheaper, obviously there's a lot more leeway in there for players, and you would expect things to come down in price over time in that sort of situation. But we've had it good for the past 10 to 15 years, and we kind of didn't know how good we had it. Because if you look back across time, I'll try to dig up some of the figures that I found and that I looked up. Some from memory, some not. It's pretty surprising how... Oh, that was a mile away from me. Gotcha, though. It's pretty surprising how inexpensive games have been, and even now, not insane relative to where the industry has been, you know, some 20, 30 years ago. So I find that interesting. I'll dig up a couple after this race, maybe. Not to spoil the entire podcast, but I think it's an interesting discussion to have. Then you start getting into the price value consideration and all these different types of things. I blew that like a second too early to avoid the blooper. I am really off my game here. Bullet, bitch. Oh, give me up. Here we go. You ready for this? Here we go. I think we've had double mushrooms on that turn every lap. Flawlessly done. Wow. Pure skill. That's why in competitive play, which we'll talk about as the night goes on, I hate tracks that have really big mushroom shortcuts like that at the end, because that is your ticket to losing control of a match in a way that you have no control over. And it's a really hard pill to swallow. Like Dry Desert for the longest time was my mortal enemy on this because it has a devastating mushroom shortcut at the end. Cheeseland is similar. It's just, it's hard, and you can lose games you've had in the bag for all 3 laps to get mushroomed at the end, and it is ridiculous. Oh, here's Miss Nephroptosis. Hello, hi from the other room. That was slick AF. Thank you. Hey, so you all might hear a blender soon. It's fine. Don't panic. No comment. We have normal hobbies over here. Double mushroom across the line! We always double mushroom across the line if we have it. If I had one! All right, so I'm going to pull up the podcast that I had here. Where is that episode? Oh, God, where is it? Did I lose it? Here it is. Okay. Well, Sky High Sunday, we'll get there right after this. This is a functional home. It is. We have every small appliance one could ask for. I will say Sky High Sunday got a hell of a glow up for World, and that's pretty interesting. The question will sort of be how it plays relative to, you know, a lot of the other ones. Because there is a real playability question with how kind of basic and not super exciting a lot of the tracks look. Now, a lot of it, I'm sure, is going to have to come, you know, with how wall riding and grinding and all these different kind of boost mechanics are going to work. Because it looks a fair bit more technically dense than even this is. And this is... When you get down to it, it doesn't seem like it, but it is quite a technical game. And I've certainly made it that way. And we've all seen that. All right, we got to get Gundam somehow. But the problem is we can't get super offensive on Gundam without giving up our own defensive capabilities to keep the hordes away here, so... Yeah, that's a challenge. You can't hover in second and, you know, it's a have your cake and eat it too kind of deal. Am I hitting him and still not catching up here? Well, that was just... Okay. I might have had him there if the items were cooperating, because I had an extra one after the mushroom. Ooh. This is close. I think we snuck out. He got red shelled. We might have it here. Ooh, did we outpace him? We have 2 defensive items. Did we get the full turbo? We might have. Oh, he's right on our butt. We got him! Hey! That was wild. We stayed with it the whole time. The items rolled our way a little bit. That red shell at the end, whoever tossed that his way, chef's kiss on that one. Miss Nephroptosis always blending up a good meme somewhere. That's true. She can meme with the rest and the best of them. It's totally not blending in the background. She says it's a functional home as half the kitchen is now missing from a malfunctioning blender. Awkward. Continuing with the Mario Kart World discourse. Yes, very important. The transition races between each racetrack look very basic and uninteresting. That is a massive problem. And for as cool as the concept is, you have to have interesting tracks and courses to run through. They're all like straight lines, right? Most of them are just, they're like Toad's Turnpike in this game in the worst way. And that's not a compliment. Much as I might like it at times, that's not if I'm saying this is like Toad's Turnpike, that's not good. That's not positive feedback. Not to mention, if you have those activated, once you reach the racetrack, you only get to be there for a single lap. That's what blows my mind about it. Was it not possible to have shorter interstitial, like connecting segments, and then just do a full 3 laps wherever you are? You can turn that off, which I'm thankful for. How it's probably going to roll is it'll be fun to experiment with the first time you run through every Grand Prix once with those kind of guiding tracks on, and you do the whole kind of adventure and road trip. And then you just turn it off and you just do Grand Prix normally, and life goes madly on. But it sucks that such a major kind of selling point and innovation of the gameplay is kind of so bland and boring. Oh, God. I deserved it. I don't know. I was either eating his red shell or I was going off the track, and there was no other way to get around that. Wario's Goldmine in general is hell on earth, and a recent addition to my, you know, fucking burn it with fire list. This is exactly what happened in a tournament at PAX East one year. There was a Nintendo-hosted invitational, and early on, some jackass picked Wario's Goldmine, and quickly, early on in the race, somewhere around the end of the first lap, I fell off, got knocked back to like 11th or 12th, and that was it for me. And I ended up getting knocked out of the entire tournament because of that, so Wario's Goldmine is forever on the shit list. And that's just the way it is. Okay! This is why you don't hold on to the bullet bill. Because I was getting cute with my mushrooms, and then I lost the bullet bill to a lightning. That's disgusting. Actually, oh, so you know what? I'm retired, actually. This is my last time ever playing, and I've clearly lost all my skill and ability, and I need to just go home. I am home. Shit. No, you son of a bitch! I couldn't get it out in time. I hate Wario's Goldmine. I do. And this is proof of that. You've now seen it in real time, that this is the worst and unacceptable. No more. No more. You can turn it off, but Nintendo is selling this feature so much, and it's just okay. Again, if there was more to it, it would be a phenomenal idea. And it would be one of the coolest things to hit the franchise in ever. But, alas. There is a definitive right answer here, chat. Let's think about this one. Burn it with fire, yes. Grinding on races has been done before too, so it's not exactly exciting. Wall jump, not sure. I think I've seen it in other racing games. What's louder, our blender or lose rage? Thank you, Drakes. That was the right answer. Yay, bonus points. And we got some love for it too. We got to go to the dojo. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to see. So many of the courses don't have walls that you can jump off of, though, right? So it's not a feature and a tactic that's gonna come up everywhere. It'll come up, I'm sure, often enough. Sort of like anti-gravity in Mario Kart 8, where it's not on every track. Don't you dare Sky High Sundays again. Thank you. And it's mine. And it's mine. You know what that means? We're going all the way, baby. Get out of here, Jay Bonez. Who are you? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Mwah. I will say, with all of the Rainbow Roads after the one that launched with 8 being retro tracks, I'm really excited, like unreasonably excited, to get a new Rainbow Road layout and visual design. I physically cannot wait to see what it's going to look like. Because the bar's been set really high between Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road and 64 Rainbow Road. This one, I mean, this is an all-timer, obviously. The bar is set particularly high for World's Rainbow Road. I am so impossibly curious to see what it's going to look like. I know there's been leaks that at least confirm that it's in the game, because it wasn't in the kind of track list that was shown or discussed. Oh, my buddy's coming. Oh, even better. That worked out about as well as it was gonna, so. You hit the boost pad. I'm like, how is there still a green shell on me? Maybe there's not. I'm vividly hallucinating. It's happened before. Using the bomb to stop the red shell always makes me feel just a little bit more pro-ski. Because there's, you know, timing involved and such. The music, too, is phenomenal here. I mean, credit where credit's due. For all the crap that we can talk about with the Booster Course Pass, a lot of those later waves, and especially this one, just knocked some of this stuff out of the park. This is just gorgeous. Absolutely phenomenally done. Where's this going to land with us? Again, perfectly timed on that blue shell. This is one course where I don't mind it so much because there's so many chances for recovery across the map. There's just so many boost pads everywhere. Where'd you come from? Literally cruising over my head like a missile. I don't think so. It's getting a little chaotic for me now. We want to lock this in. It's a bit wide, and I know it comes from Tour, and that's why. Duh. But, you know. It's our dojo. Don't come at me. I told you this. I warned you from the very beginning. You knew, you had the knowledge, you had the foresight, and you did it anyway. And look what happened. No regrets, no regrets, not even a single letter. Unbelievable. Lose rage exponentially escalates, so it beats blenders. I have a liquefy setting that would put the Blend Tech Total Blender to shame. Don't breed this. I'll give Nintendo credit for doing something different this time, though it still took them 33 years to do. It's going to be interesting. I really wonder how it's going to justify that price point. 80 for digital, 90 for physical, which is an entirely separate can of worms and kind of indefensible, in my opinion. It's just another kind of forced step toward a digital-only future, lack of physical ownership of these titles. It's rough. It's happening. Waving hands in a panic. Booster Course is a 0 out of 10 booster, wasn't playable. Yeah, made for mobile. It has to be adapted. Yeah. I just wish, because all of the tour tracks like that, a lot of them are a lot wider to accommodate the clumsier, you know, either motion control or touch-based controls of tour. And I wish it was scaled just a little bit differently, because a lot of those tracks are just very, very wide. You don't have that sense of danger or challenge necessarily on Wii Rainbow Road, or 3DS Rainbow Road for that matter, that you did in their original forms. But a lot of those retro courses have those kinds of problems coming over from Tour, where they just lose their essence. Coconut Mall is probably the best example of it, where it just doesn't match up with, you know, previous entries, where other retro tracks that are native to the game have no issue feeling like their old selves. Better in a lot of cases. So it's, I mean, I could rank on Tour all day. We all know that I'm not a fan. And that's okay. We're allowed to not like things. Sneaking out ahead of him. Again, mushroom shortcuts. That was a great green gel. He's very good. His item prowess is commendable. I gotta say. He's a challenge. He's a challenging opponent here. Save myself. Oh, that's a pity. I was in position. I was ready for the takeover, and the game had other plans. You know it's going well when it's a 0 coin kind of match. I can toss him too, you know. Son of a bitch! Ugh. Don't you love when you make smart item plays and you actually get ahead, and then an item immediately punishes you and put you farther behind where you were? That's my favorite part. Oh my god. This is torture. Someone's gonna have fun with that. That's one where you just punish those who are behind you, and you have to do it, and you know you have to do it. And there's no remorse. You just do it. Son of a fuck! Oh, with the mushroom gone, too! That's really nice. That's perfect timing there. That's vindictive, I think. Haha, nice! Not that it matters at this point, but in theory, that's a great dodge. Tour feels like the definition of quantity over quality, 100%. I hate the frenzy mechanics. I hate its emphasis on items and chains, and it's just very, very different. And I'm glad, if nothing else, that World did not take very many cues from Tour, if any. I mean, it took the idea of a tour to a very, very different level, but that's a separate discussion. The naming for the games always throws me for a loop. A loop? Because there's loops in some of the tracks. That's... Final Mario Kart World rant. Skins shouldn't be characters. I agree 100%. That character select screen is an abomination. There's like 12 different pages because every separate skin and costume is its own character on the select screen. Why it's not pick Mario and then pick a skin for Mario is beyond me. Because they already do it with the Yoshis in this, right? You can pick your Yoshi color in a sub-menu. Why are character skins and outfits not a sub-menu? So there's a lot that remains to be seen. How do the new mechanics affect gameplay? What's the wall riding like? What's the grinding like? I'm coming at it from like a pseudo-competitive perspective. How's that going to affect just basic gameplay on the tracks? The mechanics of doing things are going to be totally different than they are in 8. So it's going to be a really big adjustment to how the game plays and trying to leverage those mechanics. Is Sarah Bear playing Mario Kart? Is she going to get in on this? Ooh. King Juice. That's a great name. King Juice. I want to be King of Juice. And at least they won't look like this. That's a bonus. The visual fidelity and the graphics are great. It remains to be seen what the ultimate sort of visual variety and track variety really feels like. Because you lose out on anti-gravity, which I am completely bummed about. I understand why it's not there. If you want the mechanic, you can have it on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is still playable on the Switch 2. It's not going anywhere, so don't repeat it. It obviously poses a huge problem for retro tracks in future games if anti-gravity's not there. Electrodrome's just never happening. You know, there's other tracks that are very dependent on the mechanic that we're just never going to see again. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna scream, I think. I might just... You ever see that It's Always Sunny bit where he breaks his hand on the punching bag machine and he's like, no, I need to scream and you need to find me somewhere where I can do it. Wait a minute. I'm going to scream here because I can't hold it in. Here I go. And then he just goes. That's me right now. We got a range of the piranhas. I'm really off my game here. Bye-bye. I'm getting punished for existing. We're gonna need the bullshit counter back up at this rate. Did it try to chomp the bullet bill and fail too? I think it did. That's funny. Like there's so many bullets going around, but I can't be bothered. Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! I'm gonna die. There's one. But everyone's getting them, so who even cares? All because I got red shelled off the first item box. It was over before it even started. That's fucking targeting at this point. Fuck off. Ooh, that's a break. We might have a break here right at the end. Enough of one to sneak into fourth. That's really disgusting. Oh, not happy about it, folks. This is what's gonna happen now. More discussion here. I wonder what they're going to do with DLC stages. Will they make a new portion of the map to include them or just do a menu? Probably a new portion of the map because there's got to be a separate area to drive around in, right? We love some Always Sunny bits, I know. Bullet Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's meme-worthy. I think Full Metal was in here and had a D20 a long time ago. I don't know if she's still here, but we're going to roll it now. I neglected that one. That is a 4, and that is a cheese, please. We do have some cheese, so I will go get some, maybe on a break, I will go get some shredded cheese and do something with it. I don't know. We'll have a little cheese cam with the dice cam. How about that? We going random here? Yes. Another squeaky clean spray. This is my redemption arc. And another one coming in that we're rolling with interest. I'm trying. Sarah Bear's here! It's another... No, that can't be possible. Double cheese, please? Another fart noise. It's another fart noise. You're welcome. All right. Miss Nephroptosis is in the game. For fart for free. That's exactly right. Wait for Nintendo to charge $50 for DLC. Coming off of the Booster Course Pass being $25 for 48 goddamn tracks, that would be completely unacceptable. That would kind of almost be at the point where I, in all my Mario Kart glory, would not partake. And if you lose me as a player, that's it. Like, something's gone completely belly up. Just spitting facts here. Well, we are out in front. Comfortably for now. We're just focusing on coins at the moment. I love that the tile work is the clouds and sky from the original Super Mario Brothers. Great touch. Just so many amazing touches in this track. The bomb covered both red shells. That is a pro move. That is pro strats. I don't care if it lands me the coin. It gets another bomb. Ooh. Well, we are just cruising. With some room, which means this is going to go literally down the drain here real quick. He's too far away, I think, to use a regular... To have the bomb throw be effective. So, not that it matters now. And here comes our friend. I'm still... Jeez. I got a lot of ground off of that. Oh, that cleans you. Wonderful touch. All right, let's see if we can do this properly now. Indeed we can. Could have slid into a turbo there, but and that's why you leave the coin in your primary slot. To avoid danger. These are pro strats. I see every so often we're gonna actually make a play here. Oh, our buddy's back again. Damn. He's a hungry buddy. We're back up and moving. I think she's past that item box. Let's get a double. Let's try to lock this in. Great. Good landing. All day back here. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. And they're just finishing now. That was, I don't know how we got that far out ahead. Usually we're on the other end of someone being a third of a lap ahead, but this is a nice change of pace. Did the toilet water clean you? There's a joke hidden there. Is there? We broke 22,000 points as well. That's great. Sarah Bear, I saw you. Mario Kart World would have brand new tracks. That was rough. Welcome to Mario Kart. It's a challenge. We have those races too, where you just get bombed by everything, quite literally sometimes, and you wind up in 10th, 8th, 11th. We've been there. Give us a vote here, chat. What are we doing here? Yes, we are an hour into the stream. So yeah, the summary of the Mario Kart World discussion is a lot remains to be seen. Great choice again. Wow, if we do it a second time, I got so many golden mushrooms. That'll do it. It do be like that. A lot remains to be seen in Mario Kart World. I think pre-orders open Thursday. Full disclosure, I'm gonna queue up, do whatever I have to do to get in virtual line for the pre-orders. I fully intend to have a console in my hands day one. We will stream it. Absolutely. Jack Black is here. Chicken jockey. The theater went wild. We're doing it again, folks. Oh, the dojo. No mercy. A lot remains to be seen. Like I said, I will have the game in my hands day one if I have any control over the situation. We'll stream it. We'll discuss it. We'll go nuts about it. We'll talk all things Switch 2. Because I know because of a lot of the concerns about pricing and a lot of the problems that people are perceiving about the console, there will be some holdouts day one, and that's understandable. I really wasn't... I mean... Oh... Now that's just classic. Coin into a red shell. Doomed. So it's gonna be like that, huh? We shall see. I certainly have my reservations. Son of a fuck! That's 3 items on... we're not even at the... Are we even at the 3rd item box? There you are. There can be only one! Oh, that was a diabolical collision. I'm not gonna lie. Back it up. Watch them get a red shell now, and I just backed myself into it. Didn't do that very intelligently. Not that it matters. And it was all Gabby's fault. Gabby hit me with the red shell. Oh, Gabby's going down. See you, Gabby. Oh, bye-bye now. All right, we are in not pole position. We are in the position here. We have assumed the position. We must be wary of booze. You don't typically see booze come out until the end of the first lap. So you don't have to be super item guardy early on. But by the time you get to the last item box of the first lap, you're liable to get chicken jockeyed. I'm fishing for a horn. I don't get it. I'm going to hold the coin here because we need a little boosty boost. Way too far ahead for the bomb to make any difference, but we're going to hold it anyway. At least until the double item up here. Wow! Not gonna argue with that. Again, there's so many boost pads here, you can recover instantly from just about anything. We've been over this. We just went over this. My house, me dojo. Get him out of here. Clean him up. Sweeping the floor, scrubbing the windows. Middle of the pack for Sarah Bear. Honestly, that's like close to the threshold. Top half of a race is good. If you're gaining positive points from a race, that's good. F this game. Mario Kart. We're doing what we're doing here. I think we're warmed up. We're sufficiently warmed up. Jack Black, the King Kong guy. Low key, the 2005 remake of King Kong with Jack Black in it. Super underrated movie. It's very, very good. We got a 3. Not Donut Plains again. whips entire bucket of popcorn behind the screen. Chicken jockey. I don't get it either. Boo as in the ghost. I thought you were saying booze and I was lost. Absolutely not. Gotta go back to the 2010 Full Metal Minecraft server to figure out. I don't know where it came from. Is that a thing? Or is it just what they chose to meme on from that movie in particular? Because I don't remember. I mean, now I mostly played in like college, right? But I don't remember, you know, the mystique of Chicken Jockey back in the day. Scrubbing the windows in Mr. Clean's America Rainbow Road. Let's go! Every window sparkling! I'm doing amazing 1 second, then floating in space the next. That is literally Mario Kart to a T. You are doing out of your mind amazing one lap, and then, I mean, you saw me. I got 3 shell hits in the first lap. It's just, it's so volatile. That's why in competitive play, it's most fun when you have a, Jesus, you have a limit of like 4 racers. Where am I? Because it kind of mitigates the item chaos that you're subject to. And that's really helpful. Damn, see? End of the first lap. The boos start coming out. Oh, that hit somebody. That's fun. No one talks about the Don King Kong movie. That's a jokester. Oh, our buddy's coming for them. Call an ambulance, but not for me! That went well. Got him anyway. I gotta tighten my lines up here. If you listen to this particular part of the soundtrack, this song outside of the game, the strings in it, this is, I think, one of my favorite remixes in the Booster Course Pass. The strings that they added and the instrumentation is gorgeous. It's these really warm, romantic strings that they put in. It's absolutely gorgeous that are now ruined. Oh, here comes our friend. Again, really good timing on that. And we are out of here. I also thought you meant booze. Well, I mean, you do also have to watch out for booze generally. I mean, the end of the first lap around the bar, you probably don't have a lot of booze to worry about, but come the second, third lap around the bar, you got a lot of booze. Samuel goes, "You're getting points, Sarah Bear. I see your score ticking up. That's important." Encouragement through frustration in cart is important. I've hit every wall. Oh no, why turns have to be so turny? Well, then, we were just talking about this with Mario Kart World. You're going to love all the bits in between the races because they're all basically straight lines or like the most modest turns in the world. So that's going to be great. I think, are we explaining Chicken Jockey here? Well, yeah, it's the scene where the zombie jumps onto the chicken version. Jack Black said it weird and it went viral. Yeah, and it was the thing that people just latched onto. Because he said it very aggressively. He was like, "Oh, watch out, Chicken Jockey!" And people brought actual chickens to a theater and got rightfully kicked out. To be fair, like, I know we said I'm winning a lot. I'm way overstacked for this room. The next highest in the room is like 2,500. So this is probably not the most fair demonstration of skill. I can call a spade on that one. Jack Black could fart and it would be viral. I miss when he did his gaming channel that never had any gaming content on it. Jablinski Games. Did he play anything on that channel ever? I don't think he did. Which I kind of find hilarious. and very Jack Black. Like, he's probably even more plugged in with game-related culture and things than most, and of course, his gaming channel wouldn't have any actual gaming content on it. I love that. Ooh. See, the bomb stays out for a little too long. I wanted the item box. You were right there the whole time. And we're right back to 10. We're just going to cycle through. Oh, I thought we were going to cycle through coins endlessly. I was prepared for that. Just a present. Oh, I got a present coming. No horn. We were getting horn after horn before. Now I can't find a horn to save my life. And it needs saving right now. Peach is coming up. Peach is coming up on us. We're good. She gets stopped. Oh, she got stopped by something. See? That's the eternal problem in second. You're trying to catch up to first. You're getting chowdered by people trying to pass you. It's a lose-lose. Oh, that didn't really help, did it? We love a front-running drum track, if you can hear it. And that will do it for us. Not for that race, not for the rest of it. So you booze, you cruise, you lose. That's true. He played the guitar. It was just him doing one-liners. It was absolutely insane. We love it. Let's. Twas noise again. Okay, 3,800 was the next on the list there. Again, it now in a room of much lower CR is a good time to talk about competitive prowess. We opened the stream with my decorations, my wartime medals here. So we're gonna flash them up real quick for the stream. For those who don't know, who are just joining us, we make a stink about competitive Mario Kart on the channel here relatively frequently because I have chosen to put my entire competitive identity in terms of performing at a high level in games into the Mario Kart 8 basket, and I am a 4-time PAX East finalist, like top 4 placer in tournaments, and a 2-time winner. So I have the hardware to prove it. Here's one at a time. This is the gold medal from PAX East 2019, which I think is now 6 years ago, which is crazy. That was a first place finish. This is my second place finish. We're gonna go Toad Harbor here. Silver medal finish from 2022, and that is PAX East 2022. I did also have a second place finish in 2020, but I tied for that one, and they didn't have enough medals, so we didn't get one. And then most recently, and possibly the last hardware that we get from Kart, that is PAX, a gold medal PAX East 2023, which was a first place finish that year. That was the handheld tournament. The rest of these were normal sit down on a TV console tournaments. So we'll put the hardware back on maybe after this race. We have a D20 from Drake's. We'll do this really quickly. That's what, a 16. That's story time. So I'll have to tell a story, which we will roll right after this. The PAX medal is really dope. I agree, full metal, all 3 of them. And they're actual metal too, which is cool. Obviously not like super expensive metal, but they clink and they clang and they make noises. That is such an awkward landing out of that. Hated it. Now this is the sort of thing you're going to see a lot of. A lot of these tour tracks just have really bland, boring straightaways where you're not doing a whole lot. That's kind of what those inter-track segments feel like in the Grand Prix. Kind of like tour tracks. And I think that's a good kind of litmus test for whether you'll enjoy it. Son of a bitch. I knew. As soon as I threw it backwards, I was making a terrible mistake. And somehow we went through that faster. I won't get blue shelled here. Despite actually being prepared for it this time. He was prepared too. Oh, it's Jover, I fear. But no, that's kind of a good way to compare it. And a lot of the new tracks that I've seen, not that there are very many, or it feels like there aren't. A lot of them are pretty safe and not super crazy like this. And that's kind of disappointing. I can't help but feel like the track design generally in World maybe isn't as nuts as 8's designs were, and that kind of makes me sad. Another horn that I can't use. We're gonna go above this chaos. And sit real pretty with all these defensive items. Come at me, bro. Kabam! That'll do. Road to PAX and another cart trophy. That's what I should have named the stream, shouldn't I? I need shower. I be back. Have fun. Godspeed. Rest in peace, Pope Francis. There you go. Thank you, Sarah. At least in Tour, there are twists and turns. Mario Kart World is just a straight line. It is so much of a straight line. Threw it back right off the track. Some tracks in World look kind of too safe, I suppose, is to accommodate the 24 players. That's another thing. We have no idea how all of these gameplay mechanics are going to start intertwining and what the chaos is going to look like with 24 racers on a track. I do really like the Knockout Tour mode. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It sort of feels how competitive gameplay feels anywhere, where you sort of get lopped off if you're not far ahead enough and you kind of get left behind and cut back. Like real tournament progression, you gotta, at least in a lot of tournaments, you gotta place in the top 2 of a 4-player race to advance. So in a way, that's kind of how Knockout Tour is structured, and I'm excited for that. It is kind of Mario Kart Battle Royale, but I like how it's implemented. I think it's going to be fun. Again, it's really going to come down to how interesting are those longer form tracks and chunks out in the open world with those rallies. If the track design isn't interesting or complex or challenging, then you can have the most interesting, gameplay mechanics on top of that, and it's not going to be very fun, now is it? It would be like if every every course in Kart 8 was Toad Circuit. Something's telling me, anti-gravity's the best thing in the world, but if everything is a figure 8, it's not going to matter much. I knew it. That might be the first time that I can remember where I got hit by a red shell immediately at the start of a race after getting a coin, and I didn't lose a single place, where I was in first and I stayed in first. That might be a record. I'm stunned. Gotcha. Got them both. They were chicken jockeying back there. Sorry. Chicken jockey! He says it like it's such a threat, too. That's why I love it. It is so memeable, though. Like, I understand. Task failed. That is the definition of task failed successfully. That is very true. Is it not? Good timing on that. But it ate my banana. That's just cruel. Again, no. The red shell punishment is a little bit less than the blue shell punishment, so it's better to get hit by the red. Just an FYI for you. That was a lot of... That was 2 reds and a blue, and I'm still hanging out here. That itself is pretty nuts. Wow. I don't know. I saw that type of mode in Disney Speedstorm. I don't even know what that is. If you're in last place, you get shot by robots and lose a third of your health. It's not an uncommon practice, right? To punish or shave off the last, 20% of a race or 25% of a competition. It's a common implementation of that kind of mechanic, but it's going to serve its purpose well, I think, and plays into the added player count really successfully. So I'm excited to play around with it. Again, it's really going to come down to the track design. It's going to come down to the world design and how interesting those races are. Now, admittedly, I think all of the gameplay we've seen so far has been at like 100cc, so we haven't really seen its max potential, and there's rumors that it may even go beyond like 200cc, like there may be 300cc modes or something as crazy as 400. In that case, even a lot of this blander, safer, wide open track design is going to make a lot more sense. And those higher CC modes also would be perfectly reasonable because you have so much space to cover in the open world and you can move around a lot more quickly. So it doesn't become as monotonous because you're going at a much steadier clip. That, I think, makes sense. So Drake's Cove, you were the last D20 here, and I think I owe you... We have to do story time, so we're going to roll the D10 here to get the number of seconds I have to talk for. And that is 80 seconds on a topic of your choice. So give me a story I have to tell. That was a 16. And I will tell it for 80 seconds. Drake's Cove gives us the topic, and we go to Mario Circuit. Look. Aren't these back too? Just a ton of SNES tracks back, which, again, is not really encouraging the Mario Kart world isn't bland argument. Or at least the tracks. And I gotta go look up, because honestly, I've stayed kind of away from deep spoilers. So I know, like, the full track list has leaked, and there's a lot of information out there about what's actually in the game. I've avoided a lot of it, so I'm trying to keep at least a little bit of it fresh for myself when I do finally play. It's the first new Mario Kart in over a decade on home consoles. I want to have some kind of freshness to it. It's so easy to spoil things in this age of internet everywhere. Everyone knows everything immediately. Leave a little intrigue, leave a little mystery, leave a little excitement. We were kind of talking about that with one of the recent episodes of the podcast and during the Sonic Mania stream last week. How you can have so much of an experience spoiled for yourself, you don't have that intrigue of something new and shiny and cool coming your way. That's why reviewing Sonic Mania was so fun, because it was well before any spoilers got out about the game or any leaks occurred. And it was really exciting to go in completely blind like that. So I want to save at least some of World's secrets for myself. And I think that's fair. Like, I mean, it's not really a spoiler because we knew it would be there, but I know that Rainbow Road exists. I've seen the icon for it on the world map. So you kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like. Haha, we got you! Finally! That was a race against the clock to get the items up in time, but we got there. It's going to be so trippy learning all these new mechanics and things and having to adapt. We're getting punished now. But we're fine. All right, we got a roll for Xerox. Tell us the DK lore in 80 seconds. I hope you don't mean the actual DK lore, because I don't know it. I opened the calculator to time this. I'm doing fine. All right, reset. Start. Donkey Kong was born in a log cabin many moons ago, the son of Abraham Lincoln. He was given great power, prestige in the United States of America from a very young age. That is right. DK is a significant figure in American history. Bet you didn't know that. You're going to learn your American history today. There was Alexander Hamilton, there was Abraham Lincoln, there was Marvin Henry Harrison, and there was Donkey Kong. He was, for the briefest, 3-week period that's ever been, it's been erased from the history books. You'll never find it. It's been buried deep, deep in the world. DK, Donkey Kong, was not just the leader of the DK crew. He was the president of these United States, and it was crazy. Bananas for everyone. There's free workout equipment so everyone could get jacked and swole like him. And it's been buried for so long that, as it turns out, that's why the upcoming game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, is based around digging through the game world and finding things hidden underground. Because one of the things that you're going to find is all of the memorabilia from Donkey Kong's time in those 3 weeks as president of these United States. You wouldn't think it. He's off in the Mushroom Kingdom doing all these other things, and he intersects with Mario all the time, and he's racing karts and whatever. Turns out he's really well connected and was best friends with Secretary of the Treasury at the time, Toad. Go figure. And that is time. That was a solid 80 seconds, if I do say so myself. It's okay. I too tell the time from my calculator. I'm late to everything. It explains so much, doesn't it? It's just the way things go. I know, we threw a red shell backward. Heresy. Hearsay. What happened to K. Rool? Well, we're out of time, unfortunately. You might have to... Someone's got to roll another 16 to continue the story if they so choose. There's a lot more deep lore that you don't know about. DK's past is richly layered. Fraught with controversies, conspiracies, shady dealings of all sorts. Don't get me started on the banana shortage of Aught 19. Terrifying times, truly. Oh, our friend is here. Hit the car, hit the car. Oh, he's waving at me, you little dickbag. I'm writhing in pain, suffering in real time, and you're laughing. How about another joke, Murray? Why did I do that? Why would I do this? It's just red shells until you can't shell no mo. See, we sneak. You wanna try not to get full airtime on those things because the sooner you hit the ground, the sooner your boost kicks in. So it behooves you to get off of those fountains as quickly as you can. Pro tip. Pro gamer strats, we out of here. So before this was Mr. Clean's America, it was DK's America. Little known fact. Scary but true. No more jokes. We're done here. DK is an acronym for damn boy, we live in America. Congratulations. You ever wonder why we say congratulations? It was new Americanized from those old sayings where when something great would happen, you would say congratulations and you would beat your chest and you would eat the banana and you would go to the next stage. That's how it worked. That's how the whole gold rush happened in the first place. Going after Mario's coins, because of course the whole universe is integrated, right? And the world just kept expanding as it does because they kept unlocking new stages. So that's how we kept pushing west into California, and Louisiana Purchase expanded the land. We were just unlocking the next world like any other Donkey Kong game. He had a very busy 3 weeks, I gotta tell you. Bone-dried dunes it is. We have not talked at all about the competitive stuff that I wanted to mention. There were some other... I had a whole EV rant I was going to go on and how impossible it was to publicly charge the thing this week. We went really down the rabbit hole. We used to celebrate by throwing wood barrels full of fireworks. We moved on by just firing the fireworks without it now. That's fair. I think I owe Xerox a D20 here too. I will do that after this. Red shell? Red shell? Got a coin into red shell. That's how it goes. Oh, close enough. You can have it. You can have this one. Woo! Slice and dice. Don't like the whole 2-coin arrangement here. But I do like double bananas. It's all perspective. Perspective sucks! I have astigmatism. I can't see perspective. Someone's coming. Dick move, dickhead. I just thought of that right now. We'll hold on to this. That's okay, because I have to angle this. Not great. You kind of need multiple mushrooms to do that one super effectively, I feel like. Oh, here comes our buddy. There goes dickhead. Sneak out in front, grab a lot of coins while we're at it. We got a great defensive stack here. Is it going to be enough to get us over the line? With dickhead breathing down our dick here. Ha! Funny. Really an opportune time for it, but you know what? It's okay. It's for good measure there. Miss Nephroptosis has returned. Can confirm DK's picture was hung in that huge empty room in my elementary school that had nothing but our nation's past and present presidents hanging on the wall. There's a tongue twister for you. Past and present presidents. Wow. Definitely a shared experience. See, the mythos of DK and his reign was just amazing. Sometimes you see perspective, sometimes you are the perspective. Christ, I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. I don't either. I don't know what you're saying. All right, give us a vote there, chat, if you want. We got to roll Xerox's D20 here. Shake a shake a shake. Oh, that's a 1. Oh, no. I need a sound effect for this. We've been banished to the bad place. For the rest of the stream, until someone rolls a 20, we're in the bad place. And I don't know that this has happened before. At least not on camera in a while, on stream in a while. So we're going to talk about the bad place here now. Everything gets worse. There's a whole different lineup of things that can happen when you roll those D20s. Anything that required time is now much more expansive. We can run stuff through Google Translate. We can do a shit ton of dabs. Wear 2 shirts at once. I gotta, watch me whip, watch me nay-nay. A yoga pose that you choose. An extended fart noise that I have to hold for a number of seconds. You can get temporarily banned if you roll a 1 again. It's aggressive. So we're in the bad place now, folks. We finally got a bad place triggered. Make of it what you will. And we got the D20s rolling in. Now is the time. Take advantage of the bad place. My pain is your gain. Oh, they're queuing up. All right. Nice try. Have them. Hell's hounds. Oh, clever. Did I lose a banana somehow? Well, since I just got booed, it's not going to happen again for I think there's a unseen timer on those kinds of items. So once a blue shell goes out, once a boo goes out, once a lightning bolt goes out, there is a set amount of time before it can happen again. Oh, they got me. That was good. Those tight corridors like that are hell for blue shells. Or anything with an explosive radius. Very tricky to avoid. Hathem's having their revenge. Hathem's having it. Oh. Didn't mean to pop that, but we popped it anyway. Ooh, they went for it this time. Ooh, they're going for it. No! I knew that would happen. This is not a mushroom when I desperately need it. That actually worked out pretty well. Super well, come to think of it. And here we go. We even got front running back. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, beautifully done. Missed the double item. That's going to be painful. If they can capitalize on that, and I'm sure they can. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big miss. Unless we can make our way out of it, and we can. So now we just got to watch that mushroom shortcut at the end. It's another one where Ribbon Road, or where the mushrooms get you. They had a mushroom, and it wasn't enough. Right at the end for good measure, baby. Fort's back. Hello. All right, folks. We have what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 D20s rolled up. Now things get interesting. All right. First one is full metals. We're in the bad place, folks. Let's see what happens. That's a 7. You're lucky. Face down nap time. Okay. I haven't done that one yet, so I guess, do I literally just nap? You can't see my face. That'll be interesting. All right, so I'm going to make notes of what all of these were, just so we can do it all here in sequence. Yes, Miss Floating Kidney is here. She has made an appearance. She has emerged from her world and her life, and she is here with us all. All right, so we had that. Vote if you want. 1 is Rock Mountain, 2 is Athens Dash, 3 is Wario's Gold Mine, and 4 is Random. Back to the bad place. We have Xerox's D20 next. Oh, man. I should have a different lighting cue for the bad place, too. That would be fun. That is a 3. That is... oh, God. That should be face down flop on the bed. That might have been what it was originally supposed to be, so I will do that. So that, now, Xerox, you have to choose a yoga pose for me to hold for 80 seconds. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's good. It's Athens Dash in the background here. We're going to do the next D20 as well, which is a 2 for Miss Nephroptosis. So that is an extended fart noise that I have to hold for 5 seconds. And then I have one more D20 to do as soon as this race is over. We're going to have a lot happening here. Oh, the bad place. What have we done? Right after Athens Dash, y'all. We are dashing. We are looking dashing, and we are actively dashing. That was smooth. That was not. That was devastating, as a matter of fact. That bonk ruined the whole thing. That was the smoothest I've ever come off of that jump in my life. And I immediately cratered it into 2 red shells, and everything's ruined. Beautifully done. The bats get that one? That hit somebody. I'm kind of surprised. Did we jump over the blue shell? And that's always a good time. Oh, wow. Couldn't get a boost going there. Awkward. Thanks for clearing that up for me. All right, we've blasted into position here for the final lap. Can we take advantage? Well, the bomb will help. Certainly does. With the advantage of anyone right on my tail getting annihilated. That's fine. Enjoy your single banana. I think that's what I had up. We love a bomb going into the Acropolis stairs here. Beautifully done. Coliseum stairs, whatever. The Acropolis is in Greece. Get farting, sugar tits. Well, I need to roll. I need to hold for 5 seconds. All right, let me pull up the timer here. Deep breath. That was 5. We also need... So I gotta go face down on the bed for a hot second. You'll see me. Face down nap time. Oh, and I got my friends here, too. Goodbye. How long? How long do I nap for? This smells nice. That smells good. I'm almost positive that was the point of that reward, so that worked out well. And 3, I had to hold a yoga pose for 80 seconds, and that was tree? Is that what you gave me? I also have to roll Fort's D20 here, so let's do that first. That's another 3. So that's another yoga pose that I'm going to have to hold this time for only 10 seconds. So, Fort, give me a yoga pose. We're on Piranha Plant Cove here. Falls down on bed and just blacks out. Stream ends. I think originally, instead of temp ban on another crit fail... God damn it. I didn't even pop the coin yet. That was the original penalty. If the bad place got a crit fail, then the stream would end. Or it went to the worst place. I can't remember. At some point, the train was going to end with the stream automatically ending. I don't remember the mechanics of getting there exactly, but that was the point of it. I love Piranha Plant Cove. Came in a little hot on that one. Netty Sketty! I knew it. All 2 coins. It's powerful. Whee! Just like that. I'm concentrating here. I'm actually focused up. You gotta be. It's Piranha Plant Cove. There's no time for screwing around. You know what happens if you screw around in Piranha Plant Cove? Chicken jockey! I am concentrating, you're right. I don't know if that's worth it. I've been holding these triple mushrooms the whole time, and I don't know how helpful they are. Now. That's fine. Okay, what's the tree? And we had a question for Miss Nephroptosis. Why choose Nephroptosis specifically, besides it sounding cool? So I don't even know if I remember the answer to this. So that's a good question. At least it doesn't go to the quiet place. That is true. So is the tree yoga pose? Oh, that's not bad. I can do that. All right, I'm going to start the timer here. And I'm going to do it. So here we go. And I'm gonna play in tree pose as well if I have to. So I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna randomize that one. We're gonna do tree from all the way back there. 80 seconds. As close as you're getting. I'm gonna yell at you. Hi, can you hear me? I think you can. 70 seconds. I gotta go to 90 seconds on my timer, so we have 70 seconds to go. 60 seconds. And I got a play for back here too. In tree pose, no less. Like in the college days, we haven't gotten into the professional Mario Kart stuff. But I would routinely have to be handicapped at parties and things in college. I'd have to like play in a mirror or play upside down or play blindfolded or something. Because otherwise it was admittedly kind of a runaway. A little bit of a problem. God damn it. Just this. On one foot. Worry about me. We're past time. Yeah, I can do it. Okay. Boom. My pal's a tree. Quick, tell him it's Arbor Day. Wee woo. I kept my fundamentals on that lap too. That was not too bad. God damn it. I get a little bit of momentum and it is all taken away from me. Son of a bitch. What's that TikTok meme or whatever? It's like, God damn it, same shit. Same shit, different day. That's what this game is. All it's ever been. At least I'm not getting brutally shelled. Blue shelled. I'm getting brutally shelled in other ways, just not that way specifically. This game's bullshit. I would like a bullet when people around me in the same place are getting actively bulleted and starred. But am I too good for it? Is that like the 4th shell that's gone out? This is crazy. I hate this so much. Another boo. At least I'm safe for a while. Wow. Nice knees, boy. Thank you so much. That's a good tree doing its style. There we go. That was good. Was it good? It was Groot. I am Groot. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Those were my knees. That's a good tree. The answer. I was studying about kidney conditions the night I first made my Twitch. She is... And she has stolen my heart. Is it any wonder? That was a really good I am. Did you like my I am Groot? I'll do it again. You can do it again. Wait. I am Groot. It's a little inquisitive. It starts the same. Because there's this sort of like lump that I make in my throat to get it that kind of scratchy. It's like, I am Groot. Something like that. With Nova, we've had a lot of squeaky clean sprint. Let's random out of this. That was what I'm glad. I'm glad we think so. I would like my commute into the city to be via Bullet. Bullet Bill would be quite the way to get around. Bypass all that bridge traffic real easy. That really hurts the throat, though. I don't know how. You give Vin Diesel crap for just saying I am Groot into a mic for an hour and he makes like $10 million. If it's anything like that, that is genuinely very, very taxing on the vocal cords.
That is hard. That is Groot.
Oh, that's hard to do. All right. Ninja Hideaway. We gotta talk competitive Mario Kart, don't we? Son of a... How many times has this happened? God damn it! Same shit! Same shit, different day! I'm just gonna start saying that. Every time a race starts like this, I'm gonna say it. Oh, fucking hell, man. I will say, these like first two Booster Course Pass tracks, which I've talked about before on the channel, it's hard to describe, but the collision on things like ramps is a little bit different than it is in the base game. And it really throws the timing off because the timing is different. And it's so bizarre and it's so frustrating because of the inconsistency it creates. It drives me absolutely insane. To this day, I struggle to get it right. Like, see how they just even bounced off of it? It's quite inconsistent. And it's frustrating. Oh, I broke their shell and their courage. Maybe. Here we go. Here we go. Not today. Why is this pole here? Who put any of this here? Oh, that's a disaster. Son of a bitch! Why would you do that? Why would I throw it when I know it's going to go there is the question. It's all self-sabotage. I can't help myself. Pole? Who puts poles? Who puts poles? I wasn't catching them anyway, but God, that's... I blame Tour entirely. Just get Tour away from me. Nothing Tour related. Nothing good happens when Tour's involved. My card! My truck! These neighborhood boys been throwing Mario in my truck. Drive home, dang it. My truck.
My truck.
Groot is voiced by Vin Diesel. Yes, he is. You should also have the meme of the other old guy going, what? Oh, hell no. When you have to, I don't know that one. I gotta think about that one. Why are there structural supports in my house? It is a video game where in the sequel to this, a cow is a playable racer. They're just throwing animals on. They don't give a shit. We're just throwing everything out there. That is one other thing. I think the overall roster for Kart World is pushing it a little bit. Like, the cow is funny. The Pianta is cool. There's so much filler in that roster to get to 24 reasonable players to start. I don't know. The memes are fun. And seeing cow doing cow things is objectively fantastic. But there's limits to these things, right? We got Freddy, we got Ladybug. I do love Rosalina's Ice World. Look how pretty this is! Taking forever to start the races. Here we go. You ready? You ready? You ready? God damn it! Same shit! Same shit, different day! I spit a lot on that one. I knew it was gonna happen. I actively almost willed it to be. What's that? It's always sunny bit. Of course I beat you, and of course I have. I've been blessed with the genetic gifts to do so. I've broken every bone in my hand. I cannot bowl. Now I'm going to scream. No, wait a minute. Woo. So it's going to keep happening, and I have no... The reclamation has already begun, and we are hopeless to stop it. I can't grab a coin to save my bee-stung behind. There we go. Well... Don't you love when you get coins and then the game takes away the exact amount of coins to put you back to 0? Cart giveth, cart taketh away. Burn down, burn down. Some bananas here would have been a little better. We got someone. Nice. This is so gorgeous. That icy blue, all the reflections, just eat me up. Can we hold second? Toadette's long gone. We can. Yeah, my man's slapping them vocal cords. It's starting to hurt. If we get in the same position here, I don't know what we're gonna do. I put the meme on Discord if you want to see it. Exclamation point Discord, folks. Fresh memes for your very eyeballs. That's where we like to put them. That's where we like to have them. That's in the memes and other highlights. Oh, hell no.
With this no more.
I am not flying!
I've already bought the tickets.
What?
We're flying to Philadelphia.
Oh, hell no!
That's
Oh, hell no! Oh! Oh, hell no! Mario, no!
Understood. Okay. Hope that wasn't too loud for everybody. I was not aware of that one. I will tell you straight up. 4, yes, we're gonna random out of these. That's a good choice. I'm just excited to have same shit, different day. We gotta talk about competitive kart, y'all. We somehow made it 2 hours in and haven't even touched competitive kart. So we showed the medals. If you haven't seen them, we'll show them again. Multi-time Mario Kart champ at the PAX East. That's the gold medal first place finish from 2019. This is the silver medal second place finish from 2022. Here's the gold medal first place finish from 2023. Boom, just like that. Wham, bam, thank you, man. They are full metal medals. They are. The puns continue. And there was a second place finish in 2020 that they didn't have enough medals for. So I had to split the glory. But it's been so much of my competitive identity in video games. If it's not wrapped up in Pokemon, which I played so much and traveled the region, you know, to do when I was younger, it's Mario Kart. And this has really become the legacy. God damn it, please hit me with it. Do it. You coward. I can't believe we made it out of that one. I thought for sure, oh, well, it's not over yet. Good old Rock Mountain. Go through the trees. That kind of didn't work out super well for me there. Oh, yeah. That's just bad timing synced up with the boulders. You got to work counter to that. Whoa! Smooth landing. Are they Cartier? They're Cartier. Yes, they are. So, what were we talking about? The competitive spirit. I've always had that sort of competitive edge for games that were maybe not designed so much for it, but have kind of come into their own, in a sense. So back in high school and college, mostly college, I would play Pokemon competitively and traveled for it quite a bit. Black and White was my primary generation for the video game when I played, and then I kind of moved over to the trading card game. I played a little bit competitively in X and Y for the video game, and then it was all card game from there. And that was a few years. I went to Worlds one year. I was a Worlds level competitor, maybe in like 2013 or 14, whenever that was in. Oh, that's bad. Didn't even know there was track down here. Whenever it was in DC, I did go to that one and compete. Tons of regionals, tons of nationals, tons of local tournaments with Pokemon. And that was always a ton of fun. So that competitive itch has always been there. Once I started going to PAX regularly, starting in 2015, I very quickly found out, that there was a competitive scene and a tournament scene for all these different games. And of course, Mario Kart was on the list. So I was already pretty much like the Mario Kart guy in the friend group, and I was the one that took it like too seriously, probably. Hence the like needing handicaps at college, like house parties and things. So I started playing it competitively, primarily at PAXs. So PAX East was usually when I would saddle up and compete against what really are like internationally and nationally ranked players, because they would come in and practice at those tournaments and compete and be active. And the ones that are most known in the scene are routinely there. So that was always fun and really stressful and super interesting to take your skill and your ability and match it up against people who are at your same skill level, if not higher than you, and see who comes out on top. Sometimes it's you, rarely it's you, but sometimes it's not. And you learn from it and you grow from it, and you're always pushing yourself to be a little bit better, especially when I played it kind of more routinely and more regularly. Like, I haven't touched this in a few months, but it was always so much fun. And I have very distinct memories of a lot of different matches over those years where it was complete nail biters down to like one item or one turn or one boost in the right place, making all the difference between winning and losing that entire tournament. It comes down to those kind of microsecond choices in the moment of how you approach a certain turn, or where you use a mushroom, or the timing with which you start dragging or throwing a bomb behind you. It makes all the difference. And just to highlight one of these years, it might have been 2019, might have been the first year that I won. The entirety was won on one really lucky bomb miss on Dolphin Shoals that I ended up getting well out in front of, because they ended up getting hit by the bomb, and I was controlling first in what I think was maybe it might have been a 3-person race, but if not, definitely a 4-person race. And I just remember thinking to myself, play your game, play strong fundamentals, just do your Mario Kart and you win. Because I think it was at that point where maybe there was like a lap and a half to go, and you were like, they're probably not going to catch me unless I really screw this up. Let's play good fundamentals. Let's play the kart you know how to play and win yourself a tournament, finally. And I think that was the first year that I did it. So it's just, it's that sort of really exciting play where you're putting yourself out there against the best that you can find in your region, in the nation in some cases. And it's wild. And it's really weird and kind of dumb to have it done, you know, with was ostensibly like an all-ages children's kart racer like Mario Kart. But there is a really healthy competitive scene for it that Nintendo even actively encourages with online and in-person tournaments. They've done invitationals at PAX that I've played in. So it's really pretty wild how... I mean, there is a competitive scene for literally everything. Everything. I'm sure, like, Finding Nemo on the PS2 has a competitive scene if you look hard enough. But it's crazy. And Kart just kind of ended up being the one that I gelled with the most. And got good enough at to be able to compete at that level. And it's bizarre and it's strange to think about, but... You know, we talk about World eventually kind of replacing it as far as the competitive scene is concerned. Now, 8's never going to fully go away, I don't think. There may still well be tournaments at, you know, places like PAX, because there's still demand for it. But the soup du jour will probably end up as World at some point. So it's curious. The point of all this is to say that, you know, Mario Kart and those experiences at PAX, at tournaments where you're giving it your all against, you know, some of the best players around, has been so integral to my own PAX experience, attending these shows and doing different things and experiencing and diving in to everything that it has to offer. This has been a mainstay, and Justin and Teresa, if they were watching, would back you up on it. Because I remember, usually I play these just by myself. There's not really anybody, at least in my like group or like sphere or watching. So you're mostly just kind of out there floating yourself. But there were a couple, I think maybe those finals where they were there and watching. And it's almost more pressure when there's people you know that have eyes on it, because you're going to be embarrassed otherwise. And that's... You may remember, this was a long time ago, but we talked about on one of the streams the game show that I was on last year, the 1% Club, which is on Amazon Prime if you really want to go dig that episode up. But I, you know, within the bounds of the NDA, I very intentionally didn't tell anybody about it or advertise it much, because I was going to be embarrassed if people found out about it and I did really poorly. So you kind of hide it. And that's sort of the same thing with the tournaments. Like, you want to obviously like show off and do well and like show people what you're capable of, especially if you don't like put it out in a public context like this. We got our Cheeseland fort. We got Cheeseland. But it can be embarrassing at the same time when you like talk a big game and it's like, oh, Mr. You know, pro Mario Karter got 11th on Wario's Gold Mine and got knocked out of the tournament. Too bad, so sad. That's when it gets a little awkward. So you got to kind of balance those moments out. But I've always loved it for as frustrating and as annoying as Mario Kart gets. And for as much as luck decides it is, you know, more than skill sometimes. The phrase is better lucky than good. And I've absolutely loved being, you know, having Kart be so much of my kind of competitive and game-focused personality and being so kind of tethered to this game specifically. It's been great. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Some of my absolute best memories of any PAX any year are some of those really, really tight, close matches that you win by a hair or you lose by a hair. Some of the best matches that I've ever had. You know, ones that have like knocked me out of the semifinals or ones where I've, you know, placed fourth in top 4 are because they were just so competitive. They were so tight and you're so evenly matched. It's really exciting. So obviously you want to win. You want to do as well as you can all the time. But sometimes you got to just recognize, you know, like game recognizes game and just be like, you played a phenomenal match and that was so cool. And, you know, good luck the rest of the way. Because sometimes you just do have those games. It's a lot of fun. See if that hits anybody. No, they're all so far back. Or did that hit the Shy Guy might have gotten hit. We got another D20 coming through. I've bored you enough with kart stories probably, but one thing I wanted to dig up, and I might pop it in the Discord, the one year, the handheld tournament that I won, you can't normally take like clips of your gameplay. So unless someone's there filming it, it's hard to document your, you know, oh my God, your big crazy victory moments, right? But son of a bitch, God damn it, same shit. But there's one, the handheld tournament that I won in 23. It was just me and one other guy, and on Dry Ruins, or not Dry Ruins, Dry Desert. I've been saying that wrong. I had the most like miraculous bomb throw that you can possibly imagine. I'll dig up the clip from, it might be on my Twitter too, somewhere. Let me see if I can dig it up. But it was like that point where I was like, why can't I do this all the time? Like it got a little bit of reaction from the room. I was like, ooh, that's fun. Trying to sign on to my, here we go. I'm going to dig through my account quickly here and see if I can find that clip. Let's roll Xerox's D20 in the meantime here, folks. We're still in the bad place. And the D20 says that is a 4, which means cheese on head. I don't have any sliced cheese to do that with, and I'd rather not throw shredded cheese all up in my dome. So I owe someone else a cheese something or other, so I will, how about like cheese sandwich on head? Will that suffice? I could maybe do that. All right, Neo Bowser City, folks. I'll look for the clip after this. There we go. Same shit. You gonna hit me with it? I am Shredderhead. Oh, there we go. That went well. Shredder Man rules. Okay, bye. Did they died? Got him. Did I get a coin in second? It doesn't matter. I really thought I could sneak by. I was being cute. I'm just going to pop. Well, not a good place to pop that mushroom. So that worked out pretty well. Tight turns, the rainy surface. It can be tricky. You can't just pop that mushroom necessarily because you're going right into the wall. So you can't get immediately up to speed. It's like where you have those golden mushrooms you try to recover. You're just going straight into the wall or you're flying off the track again. So you can actually kind of be screwed if you get hit with an item and you have a mushroom in place. You can't use it, so you have to crawl back to a normal speed. So that's some of those tactical things. You may not be afraid of hitting someone. Enjoy that coin. With who has a mushroom because they may be in a position like here where it's kind of really impractical to use that mushroom to recover. So that's always interesting. Again, tactical maneuvers you think about when you're like in that heated competitive moment. Maybe you get a little creative with your item throws and you have to get a little dicey and weird with it. Shredded cheese tips. Cheese and bread and cheese and head, like the 90s. Oh, man. I actually did do, over COVID, my hairdresser at the time, I was feeling, you know, I think like all of us we were kind of feeling in a funk, kind of feeling like the world was getting stale around us, and we were like, how do we mix it up? And he suggested, I had floated the idea, I was like, I want to do something different with my hair. And he was like, how about we like bleach it or do like frosted tips or something like it? And we did end up lightening it a lot, so it was more of like a much brighter blonde than anything else. And I kind of liked it. I was into it for a little bit. You know, we're all sitting at home. I'm seeing someone like once a week on a Zoom, if that. So it was a harmless time to experiment, and I never did it again. but it was pretty cool at the time. Let me try to dig up this clip. Is it in my media somewhere? Very interesting media choices here. It's always fun to go back to a social media profile you've had for a really long time. I found the clip. That's very loud. Can I download it? I don't know if I can put it on screen without sharing my whole computer. I will... How about I drop a link to it? It is an X link. I will try to find the raw video and post it if that's not your deal. But for the intensely curious, that also has the thread where I think we were posting about it somewhere. Okay, Mushroom Boy. That almost got him. That was a nice banana. Ooh, bananas. Ooh. Did that get him? No. It was just a really awkward item trade. He still winds up all the way out there. Kevin! The prophecy is nigh. Got it under the twomp. 3 reds. Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair, but it's happened to me so many times you have to suffer too. Oh, you gotta be fucking with me. I like that it crosses traffic. Here comes our friend. Son of a bitch. I spent so much time rallying away from Kevin. And look, after all of that, I spent the whole race working my way up to him and nothing. I hit him, but he had nothing. Damn. All right, Kevin, go off. I see you. Oh, man. I'm like bub buddy. We're like riding, just smooching. Quick kiss. Ooh, boy. Got any more D20s out there, chat? We're still in the bad place. Haven't worked our way out yet. You risk your temp ban, but what can we do? What else? Any other interesting stories I can regale you with? That was a post from the Hypocritic X. What it says is, got a couple of likes because I tagged what was the Mario Kart channel on X at the time. Our own Cheat Speak is the winner of the 150cc Mario Kart 8 Deluxe handheld tournament at PAX East with one of my favorite victory pictures. Congrats to Cold Light on fantastic games and a second place finish. And then I quote tweeted it and said, oh my god, GG's all around, and then replied with the bomb that won the series, and that's what the link is in the chat there. Wonderful. 3. I think I picked that one anyway. We are in good shape. What are we doing on time? We're doing pretty good. Okay, oh boy. We got Ambi, we got Grace. We got a cool cat. We love cool cats. The Wild Yoshi Sanctuary. It will, at least it's going to be interesting to get back to World for a second, just to have new tracks in kind of a brand new game and structure with different mechanics. Because we have had the same mechanics from Kart 8 for over a decade. And I understand, we were talking about it before, where anti-gravity's not coming back. And the deed is dead. She done goofed, Palbert, and I get it. If you want anti-gravity as a mechanic, you just play Mario Kart 8 on your Switch 2 because you still have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and it's still going to work. And are we ever going to race? Are we ever going to race? There are retro tracks in World. I think it's an even split, right? There's 28 tracks, 14 Nitro, 14 Retro. Because there are SNES tracks back, of course. Are we ever gonna start? What's going on? Okay. Someone had a bathroom break, I suppose. I could have done it to him. I could have had the red shell. I could have given him the same shit different day. None for you. I shouldn't have done that. See, you get that purple mini turbo going. The ultra mini turbo. You sneak ahead. What? That was the weirdest trade. And Kevin runs into danger again. Come on, Kevin. Oh, here we go. We'll just do it on lap 2 instead of lap 1. Here. Perfect. Ah! That bomb was primo. I was ready to go with it. Had to pop it just to not fall into item hell back there. I think the bomb had some fun there. Couldn't tell. Ah! That's fine. Start of the ruination. Now here's the question. Do we... Nope. I was going to say, do we hold the double mushrooms and take the shortcuts at the end and just beef on them? But that answer's no. Now we go to no mushrooms, which is devastating on this particular finish. Oh, snipage! Salvaged. That's okay. Imagine 8 Deluxe spikes in popularity again when the Nintendo Switch 2 releases. Then Nintendo decides to close the Mario Kart 8 server. They will never close this server. I feel like they can't. It has backwards compatibility now on the Switch 2, so this is going to stretch into that system's life cycle and well past. It can never close. Because to remind you of how absurdly, stupidly popular this game is... To remind you about sales. Where is it? It's still like $60. just to tell you. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling Nintendo Switch video game at 67.35 million units as of December 31st, 2024. It is a 7-year-old game. Itself a re-release of an over 10-year-old game now. No, it's an 8-year-old game. Oh, God, that's gross. that is still routinely topping the sales charts. It is insane how well this game has sold. I think... How many Switch units are there out there? Sales. Over 150 million units worldwide. It finally broke. Okay. So it has almost a 50% attach rate. Almost half of the Nintendo Switches out there have a copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is absolutely wild. The next closest is Animal Crossing New Horizons with 47 million and change. That's crazy. I don't know, they shut down Mario Kart 7. To be fair, I mean, it usually shuts down when the entire console's infrastructure shuts down, right? So Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U went down because all of the Wii U services went down. I have to imagine that with the Switch 2 having so much backward compatibility with the original Switch, a lot of the stuff that ran on the original Switch and is going to run on the Switch 2, possibly with upgrades, is going to last forever. So I have to think that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just not going anywhere anytime soon. This is going to be a good time to take a quick break, so I am going to try to get some additional water because I am working up a storm with my voice here. And I'll do the cheese thing, the cheese tax. I'll do some kind of cheese sandwich and put it on my head, and then cheese please it, and we'll all be happy. So let's do that. We will be right back, everybody. You are watching Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, I'm Cheat Speak, and this is the road to PAX East, and it runs through Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because of course it would. We'll be right back in just a minute, and I will have cheese on hand. Don't go anywhere. I mean it. Be right back now. Don't you do it. All right, everybody, welcome back. You are watching Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, I'm Cheat Speak. Thanks for sticking around. We got a little bit more Mario Kart action for you. But more importantly, as requested, cheese. In sandwich form, and by that I mean open-faced sandwich, because it's only one slice of bread. Cheese on head. What greater thrill could there be? Booyakasha. And now cheese, please. Oh. That's cheese. More like Hypocritic cheat cheater. There's baloney. That's going right in the marketing tool there. Well, see, now I'm hungry because I didn't eat dinner or breakfast, and I had a small lunch. So, if you'll pardon me, I will delicately eat this half a cheese sandwich well off mic. How about a vote while I eat? One, two, three, four. Y'all know the drill. Uh-oh. My tour friends took me to a seafood boil, so, you know, I didn't really eat either. That was worth a resubscribe for, Baloney. Thank you. All right, Full Metal's got a D20 for us. Still in the bad place. That's a 14. Oh, which means it's Godzilla time. Oh, God. I really have to... I will wait until this is over, but I have a very funny idea of what to do for Godzilla time, and you will all love it. I'm sure. Can you eat again with the April Fool's filter on? I have all of that disabled at the moment. I can't. I should have it just available to call up 4 times exactly like this. So I will look into reinstating it, but unfortunately I do not have it on hand at the moment. Yeah, no, I took that screen apart in OBS. I'm sorry. Is this Mario Kart World on the Nintendo Switch 2? Yes, Baloney, it is. We were talking about it. It looks suspiciously similar to Mario Kart 8 on the Nintendo Switch 1. I think there was a little bit of false advertising going on. I am indeed playing with Paul Rudd. We're playing with Superpower here right now. It's very trendy, you see. There's a lot of lighting involved. Fog machine. We've got 2 bananas. It's representative of having double banana. It's all symbolism, you know? It's just a mini mushroom. Nothing more, nothing less. I think that fries the banana if you leave it in the way of the lightning. I think. I always get a little nervous making that jump. I've screwed that up in tournaments more than once, and it has cost me games. So, you get a little gun shy. Push you forward. Kind of worked. You got a coin out of that and get up to speed. And I think... Oh. That works out okay. The bullet's a little concerning. I would like to be big boy now, and we are. Karakalaka. Whoa. We got out of there. Right on time. Can we survive? Can we do this one more time? Just barely. That's the nerves. That's where we get nervous. I'm gonna go back to work. Okay, bye. Thanks for hopping in. Baloney does lots. Sayer Bear's returned. Sayer Bear will have additional karting to do. Oh my. This is gonna be a good room to hop into. He said sarcastically. Okay. I'm gonna eat the rest of this here. What did I roll? Oh, I got a Godzilla. Hold on. Jesus. I don't even know. Why is this on as a choice? That was... Go team. Ooh, boy. I'm a corporate manager. I have a career. Or I did. Before that. Mr. Soul Boss is he's gonna tell on my actual boss. Another D20, you're gonna make me Godzilla again? Please don't. Well, it's not up to me, is it? Oh, perfect. Could not have drawn that up any better. Here we go, folks. See, even this, like, delicately tilted part of the track. Why, god damn it! Same shit! Even that delicately tilted part of the track, you just lose that without the anti-gravity. Same shit, different day! I'm really sad that that's going, but I'm also sad that we're losing the aesthetic of 8 overall, because I think this game's visual design and the art direction is stunning with a capital stunning. The colors, the track designs, the glow of the anti-gravity parts, like with the blue lines here, just the entire visual language is gorgeous. The art direction. World is a lot more cartoony. I can't believe I didn't make that. And I kind of got to get on board with it. You know, didn't love it when it was first announced. Largely because it's different, and different is scary and weird, and we don't like it. When it's, you know, messing with something so beloved. How did I get into 10th? Disgusting. That's Mario Kart. See, this is one where you can't pop the mushroom right away because you're on a turn. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, that was bottom of the barrel. I didn't even do anything wrong. I just got smacked with all the items. A change so big is usually very mixed. It is more cartoony, but that's the way they're going with everything. Bonanza is hyper cartoony and stylized. World is going to look the same way, and it's all very squish and stretch and very, like, kind of malleable. And I don't know. It's going to take some getting used to. But that is where we're headed, so here we are. Here's Miss Nephraptosis's D20. That is a 10, which is more dabs. Oh, we need a full slate of dice for this. It's 1d6 plus 1d8. Add the result together, and that's the number of dabs that I do. Goody, goody, goody. I messed up the dice tray trying to... get that going. Okay. That is 5 plus 4. That's 9. So that's 9 dabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dabs. Go team. And we're on Yoshi's Island. Okay. Warming up to DK's no look, but there's still something so off. Yeah, it's just, it is so different, and it's odd. Again, after having all this familiarity, so much time, because again, it's over a decade with Kart 8. It's, you know, change by itself is not a bad thing, and, you know, it's just us adapting to something new, but there's going to be a weird adjustment period, and I'm not happy about it, and you can't make me. There was something to quantify it, kind of like vaguely futuristic and not sci-fi, but very polished and sleek about Mario Kart 8's presentation that World just doesn't have. It looks a little more plain, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't have a lot of the embellishments and some of the the touches that 8 does. In terms of that overall kind of level of polish and slickness, it looks a little more pedestrian. Not in the fidelity so much, but the art direction and the graphical kind of design itself, the visual language, just feels a little more plain, and it kind of makes me sad. Again, gotta see it actually in motion on a screen in my hands on my TV. I doubt it'll be at PAX East at this point because nothing's been announced, and I think all the vendors are confirmed at this point. You bastard! I was actively trying to avoid it, and I got baited into it anyway. Oh, get fucked. Here we go. Back to the bottom. Where we belong. Time to get bulleted. Alright, we're working our way. We're working our way. Missed the double box. Boomerang's not going to help us here. Still locked in. Okay. I was getting a little like, Nyah. Ow. Oh, God. I can't even explain what just happened. I, like, tweaked something in my neck. Oh. Muscle hit a weird way. I like that DK is more expressive, but he's so different. And it makes me sad that Rare DK didn't get to have a modern game to be as expressive. That's fair. Such as the soup we're swimming in. GG's indeed. We're probably going to start winding down here at some point. We have to. I have to go to bed. I'm probably keeping Miss Nephroptosis up, and I know she has work very early in the morning. Is she playing? No, she's playing. We're fine. Whatever. Hi, Sarah Bear. Ribbon Road it is. Oh, I was going to go Daisy Circuit, too. I didn't see Miss Nephroptosis. How'd you do that last game? Ah. Hydration. Cloud Top again? Yes. Mirrored, no less. Okay. All right, that's our first wrench. Or is this her first? I didn't see. I don't remember the last game. We were just here. And now we're back again. Oh, this is trippy. This is already trippy. That'll work. Okay. Oh, I don't do a lot of mirror mode personally, so this isn't the worst one to have mirrored though. It's relatively straightforward. You can see everything coming. It's familiar at least. The shortcut is gonna really wig me out. Here we go. Oh, just about. Okay. Glad we can do that on the fly. Okay, honestly, not bad. Got a handle on it now. The item brigade. Anyway, probably not going to play Bonanza anyway. New consoles are expensive and it's open world. That's 3 strikes. You and your open world, hating on the open worlds over there. Oh, jeez. Whoa, I feel like I'm just barely hitting those. Getting nervous about it. That was a mid-air throw, too. I wasn't sure if that was going to connect. Not our friend. Sometimes you get the coin right off of it, and it helps a little bit. That's a little scary. Do we dare try the shortcut a third time? No, we're gonna be little babies about it, but look at that. Secures the win. Why take the unnecessary? Don't make any unnecessary journeys. We should know this. I blame Mario 64 for my hatred for open worlds. Them's fighting words. Are you coming after Mario 64? We might have to have a talk. If that's the case, hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. All right, where are we at here? I think I got a couple more races in me. I've always hated it since I was 14. Fun fact, and we'll probably give some context, Mario Kart 64 was the first video game I ever played in my whole gosh dang life. It was revelatory, it was transformative, changed my whole perspective on everything, introduced me to video games, got me hooked on this entire damn industry in the first place. I was 4 years old. I don't know if I ever told this story, but we're gonna tell it now. Cheat was born to play Mario Kart. Those were my first two games, actually. It was Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64, and it was all it was gravy from there. So I was in the hospital. I was 4 years old, and I was in the hospital, extended stay for bronchitis, I believe. And when you're a 4-year-old kid hanging out in the hospital, lay sausage. Oh, that's so fancy. Le sausage. Sounds dirty. It's that's a porn site I haven't been to yet. Oh, see, we got distracted thinking about Le Sausage. Don't do it. Don't drink this, kids. But no, I was 4 years old, and that's a hard pivot. Porn is bad. When I was a child, no. So I was 4. I was in the hospital with bronchitis, extended stay, and when you're that young and you're, you know, laid up in a hospital bed for days on end, naturally it's going to be like the most miserable thing you can think of. So, I don't know if it was specific to the pediatric wing or what, but you remember those like old CRT TVs on carts that, you know, teachers would wheel into the room when it was movie day or something like that? Well, they had one just like that, and there was a Nintendo 64 on this one. And so they wheeled it out, they put it in front of me, and what was in there but Super Mario 64. So that was my first time experiencing it. I plugged it in, I put the controller in my hand, and the rest was history. I was immediately hooked, and it completely changed my life. It was my first experience with video games, and just turned me on to so much and expanded my creativity and my possibilities of what I, you know, considered entertainment or what my imagination could think of. And it was transformative. So I played until the IV fell out of my hand because I was like holding the controller so tightly. And I love that story because it's silly and it's a little goofy and it's you know, kind of ridiculous. But it was my introduction to video games, and Super Mario 64 in the hospital was what did it. And I'm really happy it, you know, panned out that way. That was the launch year of the Nintendo 64 too, so I don't know how they got one because they were in pretty short supply for a long time. But that sure worked out for me, didn't it? It skipped. God damn it! Oh, it's gonna drop me now, and it's the end of the race. So now we're just here to save face. Oop. Sausage Boy is gonna have some thoughts on the subject. I had shrooms. It didn't matter. We got third, baby. That was chaos. See Sarah Bear sneaking in. Where's Sarah Bear? Show Sarah Bear. Gaining points. Gaining points. Getting that CR score up high through the roof. Speaking of roof, it's very exciting now that the weather's finally getting warm. We're starting to get like the rooftops opened up, and our apartment complex has like the rooftop terraces coming back. I'm so excited. I was walking around, like getting stuff out of my car tonight. It was like 70 some degrees. I was in shorts and like flip flops and still warm and feeling good. It was so great. I'm so ready. 70 Fahrenheit, mind you. Do the translation. What is that in Celsius? Can't do the math. What is it? 5/9 minus or plus 32? What's the conversion? I don't remember. Going to Wild Woods? Hell yeah, we are. Always fun to hear different perspectives. Yeah, no, I mean, I know it probably hasn't aged particularly well, given like Dan McLeod. Okay, and Les Sausage is still here. Mario 64 brings me internal pain and stuff. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, no, I mean, it was the first game that I played. I love how this starts you on the side of the tree, by the way, and everyone is at a 90-degree angle. And you see it with the toads kind of standing that way. It's just those little touches that World will probably not have. And I'm just a full anti-gravity slut, and I know that. I just love how creative the track design's gotten, how cool the visuals are, and, you know, how wacky some of it gets. I'm gonna miss that in World. Even if there are fully, you know, wacky and creative and interesting track designs in that game too, and I'm sure there will be. It can't all be super basic Toad Circuit shit, right? Still gonna miss it. And I'm allowed. That is a bold boomerang. Front running. Those toads are not doing okay. Yeah, they were, how'd they get up there? Was there a ladder? How are they getting down? These really are such elaborate playfields that you often miss because you're going so fast and you're focusing on the race. But there was so much happening in the background of a lot of these tracks. You gotta just take a step back, watch someone else play it, just so you can admire the environment design, because it is incredibly smart and super detailed, and you gotta love it. It's just like you're just driving up toward the canopy there. Wild Woods in particular, I think, is really, really gorgeous and does so much with the winding tree trunks and plays with that anti-gravity concept so well. I love it. It's so natural feeling. Here comes our buddy. Front ran the whole race. Well, at least we're in the water. Oh! God damn it! We may still have this if that green shell cools down. And we do. Barely, but we got it. What you're saying is a good metaphor for driving in general. What, that there's so much great environment design around you and you can't focus on it because you're trying to drive and not crash. That's fair. Terror Bear, I'm sorry. Wild Woods was not kinder. And that would, of course, be the way that it goes. The tracks that I love that are generally kind to me would not be kind to her. And the tracks that are just loathsome to me and I always suck on, she will probably excel at. That's just how the world works. It's fine, I guess. That's the cart way. It's fine. This is fine. Of course. You don't know what your surroundings look like you think you do until you see it as a rider. That is quite true. That's part of why I love trains, you know? I mean, first of all, it's just a relatively relaxing way to get around. Flying's not particularly relaxing, and I don't know that it has been in several decades. Driving is obviously very active and quite stressful. Trains are so leisurely. You just watch the world go by and you can drink it all in, especially a nice scenic coastal route. Amtrak Northeast Regional, some of the scenic routes through Middle America. It's beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. So yeah, you gotta stop and smell the... Stop and smell the meal car, I guess. We're taking a midnight train to Boston for PAX. Are you really? So hyped from somewhere in like PA or New York or wherever you're gonna be. That was what I loved to do. I would, for the first few years of PAX, instead of driving out, because I would normally stay with friends before I got a hotel, because so many of my friends lived out in Boston at the time. Instead of driving, I would just... No, god damn it! Same shit! Same shit, different day! But no, I would take Amtrak up for the first couple of years of working PAX while staying with friends, so I didn't really have to worry about having a car anywhere. Enjoy that single mushroom. And it was great. Northeast Regional is fantastic. I would take it out of, you know, either Philly or probably New York, wherever I would ultimately catch it. And it was, or Poughkeepsie. I'd probably take it out of Poughkeepsie, honestly. Go down to Manhattan and transfer. And it was great. It's just, it's a great line. It's a leisurely ride. It's not terribly long to get out that far. I love it. So I encourage, you know, train travel wherever possible. It's efficient. It's relatively quick, at least on the Northeast Corridor. Faster than flying or driving in some particular cases. It's just nice. It's always a good choice. I feel like Pirate Software or somebody. Yeah, it's nice. It's a good thing. Highly encourage it. Do it wherever possible. It's only to your advantage. Yeah, great. Do it. It's my Pirate Software. Thor, his name is, right? Thor. Bowser had a tough go on that one. Oh, are we getting the auto coins? Oh, boy. No, we're not. So it just handed me a coin in like third or fourth? I ate his coin immediately. That's always encouraging. What? That was very confusing. I don't know what happened there. Philly. Okay, we're going to drive down and do my Springfield shit Thursday. That's good. Park the car and then take the train. So you're at PAX, what, Friday, Saturday? Forget what days. We're going to have the whole full hippo crew like you've... Oh, man, excuse me. Never seen before. Let's maybe run one or two more. Friday. Oh, so you got three... You got passes for all 3 days? Wow. Well... Beyond Thursday, I mean. We leave then on Monday, flights out. There you go. Okay, one or two more. We haven't done Bowser's Castle yet tonight. Actually, we haven't done any of these tonight. Hang in there, Sarah Bear. And it's your pick, London Loop. At some point, an update came through for this that dramatically reduced the number of mirror mode and 200cc picks that would get presented to you. I think we've had, what, one mirror mode track all night, no 200cc's. That's more or less gone from at least regional play. It was always a little funky. Generally, just normal 150cc seems to be what everyone prefers. The really occasional one, like one mirror mode every now and then is fine. 200cc can get a little dicey. I think it's a good change. Or it was a good change. Waluigi time, I guess. Gotta be quicker than that. I see you're not dragging that item, you're not gonna get it out in time. Alright. Let's front run. No green shells. No shells. Okay. That thing was on a mission. We good, we good. Gotta cycle through items sometimes, you know. Just missed him. Okay. It's always an awkward distance for bombs. Isn't that always the way? Now the chomps are out on a leisurely stroll. Is that how this works? Oh, bad time for this. Real bad time for this. I don't know where I'm going. I don't play them enough. You get really nervous when the blooper strikes. A lot of the booster course pass tracks, especially the ones from Tour, I do have some blind spots on, so it's not immediately obvious, you know? I'm like, oh, it's not muscle memory yet. And I am defenseless. Who does this Rosalina think she is? No! Literally see the finish line. Literally see the finish line! Oh my god. How many times has that happened, though? Where you're in sight of it, and it's the ending of that donkey video where it's like, oh, I see the finish line! And then, pow. Absolute crisis. All right, we got a D20 coming in. Maybe one or two more here, and then we'll call it. That's a 1! Boom, boom, boom! Xerox is banned. Oh no. Timeout or ban? Ban's probably a temp ban. I could reverse it, but we're not going to do that necessarily. Timed out, folks. Oh, every race is an opportunity for Baby Park. We got, I'm sorry, Xerox, but we warned you. That was the temp, and that would have gone to either the worst place or ended the stream. Just a fun fact. This is Fort Shadows. That's a 10. That is more dabs, so that is 1d6 plus 1d8 worth of dabs. 4 plus 5 again. That's 9 dabs again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dabs. I swear these dice are, you shake them up like crazy. You still get that same result sometimes. Wow, it's almost like it's random. Moonview Highway. This was a stunner of a pick. When I saw this one come back, I was like, they are really going for some deep cuts, and this is fantastic. Same shit! And I think it came back reasonably well. I remember the Wii version having more traffic, so this still doesn't feel quite as insane as it used to, and a lot of the Wii tracks simply don't have that same level of chaos that they used to, because of just the difference in how the games are built. But I like this one. The music, of course, is fantastic. I think it maintains that vibe and feel really well. Did the truck get him? That'll work. Oh! See, I say that it's not chaotic enough, and then I'm hitting bombs around the corner anyway. Just like the old days. A-okay with me. Some coins would be nice. Okay. See, it can be a little bit tricky. And even for a booster course pass track, I do think this one's kind of pretty. It's not the best looking track in the game, but nighttime, moonlight, that all helps. Certainly. I like the jazzy remix here in the freeway part with all the crazy shit going on. Couldn't get one out in time. Boom! Well done, team. Sarah Bear survives. And gets points. That's good. Will we finally see Wario Coliseum come back in World, or will my hopes and dreams die again? I almost hope it doesn't, and here's why. I maintain that Wario Coliseum would have been a perfect one, a perfect track for Mario Kart 8 and Anti-Gravity. I didn't want to see it in like tour form, but imagine it as like a DLC track on par with like you know, those first two packs that were included back in the Wii U days. I'm trying to think like what the retro tracks were at that time, but even one of the later Booster Course Pass ones that really revved up on the Anti-Gravity, I would have loved to see it. In World, we can do tricks and shit. That's true. So maybe with the right kind of configuration, it would feel more action-packed and ridiculous. I could see it. It just, I will forever be upset by the fact that they didn't put it in 8 and 8 Deluxe with it being such a perfect natural fit for the anti-gravity mechanic. That one's going to elude me. They'll put Wario Stadium in from DS, but they won't put in Wario Coliseum from Double Dash. I don't know. Well, like, that's sort of the same shit. That's sort of the level that we're at. Mushroom City, I think, is a returning track in World, right? That's one of the retro tracks. That's kind of the caliber that we're getting, I guess. Sky High Sunday got a full overhaul. Same shit, different day. Pain. So we'll see. Again, I've sort of tried to stay light on spoiler material and digging too deep into it. I do want to be pretty fresh when I explore it for the first time. But that's personal choice. Probably not super helpful from a content creation perspective. But I'm allowed to keep some of the mistake. That was always really tough working and doing stuff for that Sonic site, where I would try to keep some things about a new Sonic game fresh, and it would be hard because we would report every tiny little thing that got leaked or dropped about the game, so it's kind of hard to stay fresh in that context. I'm just kind of content holding second here, not really going too nuts. Hit someone. Defend ourselves. That other Rosalina was coming in hot. What you saying here? What if they added in World and it comes with a battle mode track that's just like a dime ball you can drive all over inside of it, like those carnival games where you got to do a complete circle on a motorcycle in a ball cage? That would be phenomenal, first of all. And if they did that, then I would absolve it of all of its sins and forgive it of every transgression it's ever made. But at the same time, why in God's name would you not put that in 8? Like, come on. It begs the question. I do think, for as much fun as we're having here, folks, we do have to stop there for tonight. It is coming up on 1 a.m. our time, and big boy and big girl jobs beckon in the morning, so we got to do that. Thanks for tuning in, though. A couple programming notes before we fly away. So before you head out, again, as you're no doubt aware at this point, we're on the road to PAX East. PAX Present Future, we're covering all those games that have been meaningful for us in some way, shape, or form across my 10 years of covering PAX East as a media player / content creator, man. And this was one such example where most of my competitive presence at PAX has been through Mario Kart, and it has been a phenomenal journey. Wherever it takes us next, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Again, just because everyone loves it, we're going to bring out the hardware one last time. I got to take my headphones off to show it off. This is the 2019 medal, check. This is the 2020 medal, the 2022 medal. We got it here. Check. This is the 2023 medal. Checkaroo. 1, 2, 3. I feel like such a dork. This is maximal cringe. This is the opposite of Chad. Big brain Chad behavior, but here we are. We've got we like Mario Kart, and we've got the hardware to prove it. These go back in the memory box. Max, yeah, that's what I was going for. It's some kind of flex. I don't know what kind of flex, but it is a maximum level of flex at whatever it is. 3 time. But it's been great. Those medals will mean nothing when World comes out. That is not true. These will always have some kind of significance, and you cannot take it away. God damn it. I need my legacy. That's a great quote. It's from Up in the Air, the George Clooney movie. It's one of my favorite movies. He was talking about like the miles or the goal and why he flies so much or whatever. He's like, you get in, lifetime executive status. They put your name on the side of the plane. And Anna Kendrick's character is like, what is it with people putting their names on things? You're like dogs. It's like you have to pee on everything. So it's kind of like that. You can't take my legacy away. Damn it. The future is now, old man. Well, you know what? I'm coming prepared for World 2. That's partially why I'm getting the Switch 2, or I'm going to jump on a pre-order as quickly as I can and try to have it in my hands day one, do everything that I can, because I have a problem and I have to maintain my competitive viability, since we're going to probably move over to World as the soup du jour, but here we are. That said, if there are circumstances, because there's obviously older games in rotation at, tournaments at PAX all the time, anything Nintendo hosts or is more in the competitive sphere, in terms of current offerings, will obviously transition over to World. But I wouldn't be surprised if amongst all the different PAXs and events we go to, there's still active Card 8 and Card 8 Deluxe tournaments, and we still take part. So I was thinking about that recently. It's probably not going to just, snap your fingers and flip a switch overnight and it all goes away forever. We shall see. But I'm going to do my best to get there day one. And of course, you'll all be right along for the ride if I get one. So that'll be fun. Next week, we will be back on the road to PAX East once again. I think we have 2 more episodes to go before we head out to beautiful Boston, Massachusetts for PAX East. Spoiler alert for next week, we're playing Control. One of the biggest interviews that we've ever had across my career of working PAX with Remedy Entertainment. Completely impromptu, like we were any other media outlet. Some fun stories to tell about that and that show in general. I believe that was PAX 2019, I want to say, or 2018, which obviously was a big year because that was the Mario Kart tournament that I finally won for the first time. Probably a good time to go back and finish Control. I never did, so we might just pick up fresh from the beginning and play through the first couple of hours together once again, because I obviously forget everything about it. So that'll be fun, and then we'll have one more episode after Control with a much more recent title that was impactful for us at a recent PAX before we go over to that. Is Remedy going to be at PAX for FBC Firebreak? No, because no significant names go to PAX East anymore. And that's just the way of the world. Before we go, I will give you, you can go on the PAX East website and see, what the expo hall looks like and what all the exhibitors are that are announced. The featured ones that we have are as follows. 9th Level Games, Indie Tabletop, Bandai Namco with Elden Ring Night Rain, which I think is either the DLC or the expansion or whatever that's going to be playable at PAX East right before it launches, because then it comes out pretty soon afterward, right? I believe so. Experience it in an immersive dome theater. Experience the game before its launch and face the creeping night alongside seasoned players in front of an audience of fellow heroes during a live gameplay event. So maybe you don't actually get to play it. I don't know. Crimson Desert. Experience the intense and brutal combat of Crimson Desert, the highly anticipated open-world action-adventure game from Pearl Abyss, coming to most platforms in late 2025. This is the first American public hands-on of Crimson Desert. We will probably do that. Dell and Alienware, Devolver Digital, Funcom Inc. with Dune Awakening, an open-world multiplayer survival game on a massive scale. It's always on a massive scale. Games from Poland, which has a couple that we'll probably be taking a look at ourselves. Larian, I'm not sure why. Lenovo Legion, Ocean Drive Studios, Pokemon, which has to be the same demo they've been running for years. Samsung Mobile and Wizards of the Coast. Those are the featured players. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be some 11th hour edition. At this point, less and less likely. So that's Dune. Sign me up. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at the Dune stuff too. I personally don't know a ton about Dune, but we can certainly give it a look. We do have, and another shout out for !Discord in the Discord channel. I think at this point we either have or we will soon a dedicated channel for PAX related content. So it'll be, the PAX East 2025 channel where you can post requests for games that we should look at, that we should cover, that we should do interviews on, other stuff you want to see from the show. A lot of it is community driven, and we end up taking a look at a lot of different games and publishers based on what you want us to do. So if that interests you at all, get into the Discord, !Discord, or hit us up on Blue Sky, which the link is everywhere. All those kinds of things, even here on Twitch and YouTube when we're live. So that's the deal. Like I said, we have some more stuff coming. Hopefully next Friday, right before we ship up to Boston, there will be a fresh review for you of a late in the life cycle Genesis gem. So a late stage Sega Genesis title will be the next review. That's all the hint you're getting. What it will be, you'll have to find out. And hopefully next Friday, not this coming Friday, but the next one. Control is the stream next week, and lots more to come. We're going to be revving up for PAX. It is just, if I do my calendaring properly, it is 2 weeks and 1 day away. It is 2 Thursdays from now. Next Thursday, like tomorrow, and then 2 more Thursdays. 15 more sleeps until PAX. That's crazy, but here we are. All right, thanks for tuning in, y'all. I've jabbered on long enough. This has been Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, I'm Cheatspeak. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening to our rants about Mario Kart and walking down memory lane a little bit with all of the competitive gameplay that we've had over the years at the show. I'm sure we'll bring it up again. Glad to have you with us as always, and always appreciate the support. New subscribers, old guard, everyone in between. We appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around and spending your time with us as many Tuesday nights as you care to, and with all the rest of the content. Stay fresh, cheese bags. We'll catch you back here real soon.